before
Fellas,
there we
we're
go.
alive now. How
We're
are we doing
live.
today?
How are you?
What's going on?
I'm good. It's Mike Francis, Robert Jr., and Tony Versus in the house. We're representing Loudmouth Fest show. Today we're gonna be having a lot of fun playing some music. I got some people coming in and calling in. So it's all good. Let me just welcome Francis, Mike Francis, who's been my partner for many years, and Robert Jr. We've been working together also, all three of us for many years. So, Mike, how you doing?
How you doing? I'm doing
How
good.
you doing?
I'm doing good.
How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing good. Oh, my knees. Everything's great. Can't complain.
Good, good. Both of you keep knocking out these tracks. Robert, I've been listening to your tracks last night in the car. I was having a lot of fun, man. I couldn't stop. I went to Young Money, I'm sorry, Cash Money Millionaires video shoot. So I was on the way there and I had so much fun. Like just I was pulling up with your music to the hip hop scene, and they're like, "What the hell is bumping out of this car?" So yeah, we're gonna play some of your tracks today, and um, I want Michael to speak to you for a couple of seconds while I figure out. I have to put in another person with us to speak. He's our
Who's joining
sponsor
us?
with Cavada Vodka. So. Um, Mike, tell Robert what you've been working on. Tell him about the dingo and the baby. How did it all come out, and how
Oh
the
my
new
God.
tracks that called "Control the Hustle"
I was doing a
came on
track,
the scene.
and I saw a South Park episode, and it gave me an idea, and then I just named the track "Dingo and the Baby." I sent it to my partner Monday. He went to bed, and I guess he woke up with a whole idea about this whole cartoon aspect of tying like the cartoon with our experiences, our stories, and right now we got this guy, Todd. Wait a minute, I can't even say his name right. But this guy Todd, he's like a big Hollywood guy. He's done a lot of stuff. He's really big in the industry, and he's interested in the whole idea. And we're gonna go to Boston, and we're gonna speak with him next week, and things gonna start moving with that. So it's exciting.
Awesome.
What's going on over there, Tom?
No, nothing. Just keep continuing talking. I'm just doing something
So how's
for
things
my.
going with you, with Boris and everything else?
Yeah, tell us about this Boris situation.
Well, a bit. So I know Boris for a very long time. We worked together, I'd say 20 plus years ago. He would come to my house. I would give him tracks fresh off my mixing board. He gave me a lot of support. And we actually did like an A side, B side back then. Um, and for a while I had left the scene, but one day I just decided that I can't dodge the music bullet. It's in me, so I as well just give myself back to it and start making tracks again.
It's funny he said it's true, right?
And from there, it took me a little while to establish a new sound for myself. But once I felt pretty confident in what I was doing, I started giving my tracks out. And Boris is a great start. So I started giving him my tracks, and eventually he was like, "Yeah, I really like these," and he started picking them up and signing them to Transmit. So if you go to my Beatbook page and look at the history of like the last 2 or 3 years of my releases, the vast majority of my releases are at Transmit. I
Oh,
just
you've been
had
with
one.
Transmit for a while now. You've been with them for a
Uh,
while now.
yeah, I'd say a couple of years at this point.
Okay.
So I've been on quite a few of their VAs. You know, I had the privilege of having an
Come on,
EP,
wow.
and I actually have another one coming up in September. A solo EP. It's called Transcendence. It actually features two tracks. One that I really, really like, and the other one is pretty good too. Um, yeah, I'm really looking forward to that stuff. And I just had a release on the Miami Voltage. I'm sorry, the Miami VA, which was Passion, and that track
You
is
can't leave
currently.
the business.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
You know how it
it was
is.
like get over here. Yeah.
Yeah. What? You
But
know.
yeah, I did a lot of good things in my time away from the scene. Yeah, so I went to school. I eventually became a paramedic, and
Yeah, I heard some of those stories. Jeez.
and now I work in the department. So it's a pretty interesting change, but I really enjoy what I do, and I'm very happy that I got to music because I came back to it in a much more peaceful sense. I do it.
That's interesting. That's interesting. That's interesting. That's like a peaceful sense, like.
I don't feel that pressure anymore. I do it.
Look, that's
It's
good to know because, like, the pressure, like when you say pressure, what type of pressure did you feel in the past? Like, that's what I. It's a
well,
good. It's a good
when
to
you
tell people and help people out, man. You can just like give people an idea to just calm the fuck down and just.
when when you're doing music for a and you're making records and putting them out and DJing and playing out in these venues, and that's your bread and butter. You get a remix, deadlines. Label wants tracks by certain dates.
Right, right,
You
right,
have to
right.
sometimes, when you're not through, you have to pull one out of the hat. That's it. You know, music and production to me comes in big spurts. Like I'll make a track in a very short period of time. It's like run real fast and then you gotta take a breather. Run real fast again and you take another breather. That's the way it goes for me. It's like the creative juices come in big spurts. So I'll make like 30, 40, 50 tracks in a very short period of time. And then 6, 8, 10 weeks will go by, and I don't even want to turn the computer on and
I
start
yo
work.
I just get I get like a writer's block, mental block that I feel like I just can't come up with anything.
Yeah,
And
it
I just
happens. It happens. Sometimes I'll sit down, I'll make a track. It'll be 3 hours, like start to finish. Yeah, this is it. This is banging. Sometimes I'll sit down for 3 hours, and it's just like, okay, which one does it have to go? It's a constant revision. But the ones that flow like that, you sit down and 3 hours later you're like, here it is. Those are the best ones, in my opinion. That seems to be the trend, the way it works out.
how about the next day blues? You ever have that? You go to bed thinking the track is good, you wake up the next day and you hate it?
Yeah, as a producer, you can be your own worst enemy. Yeah. Uh, and then it's like 6 months, you play that track, and it's like, oh my god, that thing is banging. What was I thinking?
I know, it's crazy. Give me a minute. It's crazy, right?
It
It's
really
crazy.
is.
It's fucking crazy.
1999, Robert made me a birthday gift. He made
I
this
have a
track called
fucking,
Freaks of Ecstasy.
I have my,
That
my
track,
headphones. I need my
we
headphones.
found it maybe 10, 15 years later, and it's still such a banger, such a simple track, but holy shit, like, it
Oh,
was
here you
just
are.
it's stuck in my head forever.
Oh, that's it.
You
I
know.
gotta tell you, I actually remember the studio sessions on making that track, and
Really?
so there was a hardcore techno record, and on there was this vocal sample, and it was a chick, freaks of ecstasy, and the way she said it was a lot
Freaks
faster.
of ecstasy. Freaks,
Yeah.
freaks, freaks of ecstasy. Yeah.
So
And then
I was like, that's the gem. We must sample that and make a record out of it. And at the time, tribal was a big sound. So tribal beats with build-ups and a sick theme. I pitched the vocal down.
Tribal.
Just,
Boy, oh boy, you bring back memories for me.
wow, I
if you
love
remember,
tribal. I don't know what you
remember
guys
in that
talking
track,
about.
Tony, there was a sound that sounded like a motorcycle that was resonant
Yeah.
for over
Ooh.
a long period of time. The intensity that actually brought to the track was pretty bananas.
Yeah,
I had a lot
like
had a lot
dot,
of
like
fun making that. A lot of fun.
yeah. I remember when I did Tribal Dome on
I
Thursdays
remember I
at
remember Tony
Limelight.
calling me at like 5 o'clock in the morning. You were at Twilo. Tasha was DJing, and he's like, Ralph, they're doing a show to your track right now. Sasha's doing a show. See the light. Remember that?
Yeah. Yeah. See the light. Oh my God.
And
Holy shit.
Wow,
I'm
remember
like,
I was
that?
I'm like,
shocked.
what? I'm like, what's going on? I was like, I'm at home in my bed sleeping, and Sasha's playing my record and they're doing a show to it at Twilo. But
Yeah.
that was a pretty big highlight of my career. It's
You
definitely
know, it was
amazing
really
when.
cool.
That must have felt like cuckoo. You must have been like a happy and
Well, as
that's a great thing, bro. Where am
when
I?
I go back to the very beginning of my production career, which I wouldn't call it back then, it was more like a hobby, and I knew I really liked producing. Um, I can definitely credit DJ Mad and DJ Scissorhands for
That's my boy. Love Scissor.
pulling me into the production realm. Miles, the guy in our little group who had all the drum machines and the mixing board, stuff like that. So we used to go to his house and fool around with the roller, and we played with that thing for hours.
Man, remember that? All that gear, man.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
there was something about hands-on, like just being able to tweak the equipment
No,
as you were
listen, man.
recording.
It's cool, but there's also something about loading an operating system on a 3.5 diskette. And if you don't have the disc, you're fucked.
Yeah, well,
Sometimes with those pieces. Where's that disc? I don't know. You can't load the piece.
yeah. I mean,
The expansions on those machines, bro, $700. Two
yeah,
two megs of memory, $150.
The things about those machines is that they gave way for happy mistakes, and also
That's true.
the quality sound, the quality of the sound that came out of these machines, different than what's going on now, like in computer-based music.
Well,
Now,
these plug-in companies try to make these plugins and they try to do this analog and they try to make this real type stuff happen. And maybe one day they'll really get there, but right now, you know.
listen, I'm not gonna lie. I some tracks that are completely in the computer, and they turned out to be great tracks.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying, but the plug-in companies they are trying to emulate
Yes.
this sound that's analog, or this sound like you said, the happy mistake where you could make something happen where it sounds amazing. But we'll see what happens in the next 2 years with more of the technology, what's happening with these plugins, and they're getting better and better, and they're sounding fantastic. And it's only going to get better anyway as the technology increases and the processors get more heavy and more memory. Now, like 16 gigs is a normal thing. Next year 32 gigs will be a minimum, a normal thing. As time goes, it'll be a lot better.
Yeah, well, you got the number of the processors and all that stuff. But I will say this: Behringer is leading a new
Yeah,
forefront
brother. Yeah, you were telling me, man. They
in
got
the
some
music
good
game.
shit.
Well, here's the thing. So, if you notice, things tend to happen in cycles, right? We always seem to go full circle. It happens. So it seems, what's going on with Behringer is that they're beginning to pave the way for the next generation of, bedroom producers of sound. I mean, they're cloning every major piece of music equipment that
There
anybody
you
would have
go.
wanted from back then. And now price points on this equipment is very, very affordable. That was the big problem. Like, you can touch a 909 drum machine for less than $4,000 these days. Ranger is about to release their RD9, which is a spectacular machine. I own two 909s. So
Do you hear me? Do you hear me, guys?
yeah, I hear you.
Great. Okay.
Yeah, as an owner of two, 909 drum machines, I had an 808. I had quite a few vintage machines here. I still actually have hands-on equipment here. I have to say they're doing a great job, and it'll be interesting to see how that influences music going forward. Now they're opening up the door for modular synthesis, which was before Behringer was you couldn't have a half beat setup for less than $3-4 grand. For like $1,500, you can set yourself up with an insane modular synthesis setup. It's just really it's really cool. So it's interesting that that's happening to kind of parallel what's happening in the plugin world. But
Yeah, well, look at iConnect. Look what they did. iConnect.
yeah,
iConnect.
I have friends in the industry that are just using, like, for example, Reason by itself. Many people are using Ableton by itself. They're all in the box, quote unquote, and they're making spectacular music. So I guess the bottom in all of that is it's really the user behind whatever platform they choose to be in. And that's it. It's incredible how, if you have a desire to do something, you'll make the most of what you have before you, and you'll make it happen if you really want it. It's all about desire and drive. If you want it, you'll get it. That's why, look at Scissorhands, who's one of my very best friends in life. He was using an ASR 10 he made.
Oh, that piece was good. Don't sleep on that. I had that. That was
Yeah,
nice.
me too.
I had the red one.
That was my first machine.
Okay.
I started with. I was 17 years old.
How
and that
much
was my
money?
First machine.
How much money was those expanders in the back?
The expander was $800 by
Are you kidding me? I want to go crazy.
That was $800 by itself, and then I remember the board costing me like $3,000.
It's crazy.
Yeah, so that was like my first legitimate, piece of studio equipment. That's how I started with 10, and that was directly influenced by Eddie Scissorhands, and and I could actually remember in my head, I can actually recall some of my early tracks, and I gotta tell you, they sucked.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I always tell people like they're like, "Hey, listen, you know, nearly as talented as you. My track." I'm like, "Listen, you're doing way better than I did when I started." So you give yourself a lot. You should give yourself a lot more credit than actually giving yourself, because even the names of my fresh tracks sucked. I
Hold
was
on.
like, but
I got
oh,
something. Hold on.
I
I want to get into something for 1 second. There's three of us sitting, and there's a story that has been floating, and the funny thing is, only three of us could prove it. Now, Rob, it started from you. Me, you, and Benny Mays decided to go see Casanova, Charlie Casanova, in Grand Turkey,
Casanova.
if you remember. We went to their
absolutely.
studio, we did something, and then we ended up being in Jonathan Peters' studio. And Eddie Byers was telling us a story that he can't, him and Jonathan got almost similar music together, and they can't do Factory Friday and Saturday. So I had a beer and I was kind of quiet. So after that, we left, and I told Michael, I go, Mike, Eddie Byers is sitting there completely empty on Friday. He ain't doing
He's
shit. We got the
available.
same. He's available. Okay. Next thing you know, Mike tells Peter. I'm in the car. Peter's sitting shotgun. Pancho and Mike is sitting in the back. And Mike tells Peter, let Tony
Mind
tell you.
you, wait. Mind you,
Yeah.
he's driving with one eye, and he's almost
I was-
smashing every car going uptown. He used to scare me to death when he used to drive. Just
Yeah,
let
but
me get that out there.
that night, what do you call it? Actually, I was driving that day. But I was driving, so I tell him the story. I go, this is what happened. I heard this and this and that. Peter with one eye. Rah, 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 rah. What do you guys think about it? Mike goes, listen, Tony got a point. We sitting with an empty Friday night. He didn't say a single word. Next day, me and Mike and Punch in the office, and we see Eddie Byers rolling in on roller skates.
Yeah, but you're leaving out the best parts, bro.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell him the
Like,
best parts
like,
then.
like what happened was, look, Friday nights were struggling bad. You had Soren and Maya, and the place was really bad. Peter was desperate. He came to me and he's like, "You gotta help me do something." So I said, "All right, Tony came to me saying Eddie Bias is available. Soren and Maya were totally against it. I told Peter this. I go, if you don't do this, it's going to be the biggest mistake you ever did. And I'm going to say, I told you so. And I can't help you if you don't do this. Tony has the kid coming here. And if you don't get Eddie Bias on board, that's it. You'll never have a Friday. You'll never have a Friday. I'm telling you, this is the right move. And if you don't do it, you're a moron." Just like that, I told him. The guy who
Just
owns
like that. He was
clothes.
talking shit all the time for Peter.
But it's like, after that, Alex and Leo came in and they blew up the whole fucking spot. And it became a
Like
fucking
like
incredible
it's
night.
their night. They brought Eddie Byers
That's the
and
way
they
it looked,
jumped
yeah.
on his back. That
That's the way
was
it
looked
looked.
like. Nobody gave us no credit, no nothing. So we give them like 5, 6 weeks. They can't do nothing but the main floor, 3/4 of a main floor. Me and Mike are doing well on Saturdays. We figured, let's help these guys out. I did, if you remember, I did a DJ. It was a
The
4 week
DJ
DJ
battle of the DJ?
competition, but DJ battle, yeah. We had Peter Rahofer, may he rest
Yeah,
in
remember?
peace.
Wow.
We had Razor and Guido, may Guido rest in peace. We had everybody from A to Z came to spin for free. Benny did it, UFO, Surge when he was Surge Meth, not Devon. Everywhere. I have the flyer somewhere. 4 weeks in a row. Plus, I got a promise from Kevin Williams that he's going to sign Benny's Deep Chemical. So
Do,
I was
do, do,
dealing
do,
with
do,
nervous.
do.
I was dealing with Nervous Records. They hooked me up with
Didn't
all this
Steve
stuff.
didn't Steve pass that up or something? I heard.
Yeah, Benny was shy. Benny was learning from Rob Jr. or he was on the session for Love Is You Taking You Over. I was there too. Uh, and Benny was kind of shy. He's a shy kid. And he was passing it to Zor. And Steven
What, Zor
refused
didn't
the
take
track.
it? He didn't take it?
He did not take the track. He
Yeah,
thought
that
we
went
were like,
a lot deeper. Jonathan picked it up.
Right.
Well,
I'm
Jonathan.
surprised. I'm surprised
Tremendous.
Steve. I'm
That
surprised
was
Steve didn't
tremendous
pick
record.
that up. Yeah, it was.
that was a big track.
I'm surprised
And
Steve didn't pick it up.
And before that, I told you, Nervous.
That's like
Calvin
a
was
Babe.
like,
That's like a Babe Ruth being sold to the Yankees.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that's the best way to put it.
You know, he made a big mistake there.
so Kevin was upset and kind of told me he's not taking the track. And the track ended up being in Jonathan's hands. Then we did, Jonathan Peters took Amadeus with Benny Mays, that track called Arrival. And, the story goes on. Everything, But the funniest thing is, the true story is that Steven never took the track to make.
Well, you went to him
and-
first with the offer. Is that what happened?
Yeah, because Benny was shy with the equipment, and Stephen K. and Imutsu Kiai or something. I forgot his name. Katz something.
What do you have?
Yeah, cats.
Yeah, it was Oxygen Records from Japan. It was a much slower version. Me and Pushkin ended up being on a session. We stuck our 50 cent in there, and the track came out to be a banger, like
It couldn't
total
be-
banger.
I said something about Babe Ruth being sold to the Yankees, but I think I outdid Steven because I had Jonathan Peters before anybody.
That's
and
right.
I let him go.
That's right. But back to the Friday night, me and Mike, we helped another 600-700 people. I mean, the bathroom was empty, but these guys had 2,000 to 3,000 people after we joined. And I mean, then they start falling apart because Peter seen it, that it was us, but we never got the credit, never got the name on the flyer, nothing.
Just
It
give
was
me
because
fucking,
of
give me a fucking $100 at least.
it was because of Rob, because we ended up being in the right place and we heard the right information. I passed the right information to Mike. It got to Peter. When Peter said something about Eddie Baez, all these people that first did not want him in there
They did it.
start being
Now
that,
they're
hey,
making
Eddie
money.
Baez,
Now they're making money again. Right?
Yeah,
Everybody makes
Eddie's
money on
out-
Friday again.
yeah.
Right? 3,000, 4,000 people. And the nerve, Peter used to call me up on Saturday. Oh, Francis, like a fucking 8 in the morning to break my balls. I'll be like, yeah, Peter, last night, Friday did 4,300. Click. I'm like, really? You gotta hit me with pressure like that. But we always beat them. So it was like,
Yeah, we did
if they
7,000.
if they did 4,300, we do 4,600. So it was never where I lost a fucking number battle with them, but he would always stick it to me like.
Yeah,
If it wasn't for
it was
Tony,
crazy.
Peter, you would never had a Friday. You know that?
But-
when I was in the tunnel, for a year on Friday, and it actually was pretty decent. But I guess Friday night, the tunnel was just not the night. It was always Saturday longer night, and a lot of venues had that problem. Where one night would be the night. And
Well, Lord Michael had Future Shock for years. The Friday night at Limelight was the staple night to go out with.
right.
Until Michael Alec grabbed these two kids from Brooklyn, and he made these two kids from Brooklyn promote for him, and then his Wednesday nights became the spot to be on, and that's how Michael Francis was born.
Michael Francis was born because of Michael Alec, and Peter did not know that Michael was involved for 2 years.
No, a
And
year,
then-
a year.
And a year. And then, on top of it, giving $75
So I was making
for
$75.
that night.
Michael Alec was paying me 15 drink tickets for me and Sal at $75 each. I didn't even care. I was so happy to be there.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
And then
the clubs back then were quite an experience, unlike anything that's going on now. That's for sure.
You know, I
oh
was
I'm
around.
yeah,
very happy to have been a part of that. That's
You know,
those are memories that I take with me for the rest of my life.
there'll never be another decade beside whatever Studio 54 and their people like the 90s was to us. It's a you can't even make a carbon copy of that type of feeling or that type of scenery. It just
Experience, yeah, it's just an experience. Even down to even the dance culture was so huge back then. Remember the big circles and all
yeah,
the dances where
girls.
you'd be
I knew
battling
girls.
along. I mean, it was just really something else.
I knew
The
girls
whole
that
it
would
was the
buy
whole package.
their own material and make their own clothes and just look really cool and make their own clothes and come out like it was just
yeah, me and
amazing.
Michael run into this chick, and we meet a lot of women. So she ends up telling us a story that she's gonna be a Buffy vampire slayer on the channel called W. Me and Mike looking at her like, yo, what's wrong with this girl? This girl's out of her mind or something. Come 2 days later, we're on the couch. We watching Sarah Jessica Gellar. That's the girl that we met on this channel called W. We never heard of W
WWB,
before.
WB,
WB. And
WB.
we were like, holy smoke, that was her. You know? By the way, Rob, I don't know if you knew, Mike used to date Alyssa Milano.
I
Yes,
did. I
we
did
spoke
date
about
her.
that.
I got abused by her. That's the difference.
Well, you dated her.
Yeah, I dated her. I got abused. I don't like to talk about that. I got abused. She changed the phone number
well,
on me.
well, what about Punky Brewster?
That was a good friend. That's all I can say. I wish I could
She was a
see. I
good
wish I could
friend.
talk to her today, man. She's cool. Like I
Yeah,
met. She came in with Pepper at Limelight. I don't know.
we
That was the
sold the
weirdest
paper,
thing.
yeah.
Just with Pepper though. They walked in, and then I made friends with Punky, and my ex girlfriend went after her, and it was like, "Oh, you went to beat up Punky Brewster," and that was the end of it. That girl, she never came out again. But yeah, we became good friends for a while. We would talk and meet up all the time, and she was cool, man. She was really cool. I wish there was a way I could reach out to her and just, give her
Well,
like a what's up, like.
Listen, I
it's,
want to hear
th-
two guys
how
right
many
now
people?
playing.
Think about how many people you met because of the club scene. Just try to
Oh
Yo,
God,
fathom that
we
number in
just
your head.
I met a lot
we
of
just
people through Arthur Weinstein, believe it or not.
we just found a whole big article how Mark Sinclair, who happens to be Vin Diesel, got his name in the tunnel, and it's in the Wikipedia. He's talking about it that he went to Hunter College and he was bouncing at the tunnel, and that's where he got his name, Vin Diesel. And the coolest thing is that I sort of, and Mike also, like, because we looked at his younger pictures and we were like, wow, we must have passed by this guy 50,000, and never paid attention because who the hell was Vin Diesel before, Nobody.
Yeah, now
I
you're gonna watch
But
the new movie at the end of the month.
that's like that's crazy,
How
huh?
that works out. Yeah, that's wild
Chaz
stuff.
Palminteri was there too with Peter,
I,
so it's
yeah,
amazing.
well, Peter did that movie Bronx Tale. Peter is the executive producer of Bronx Tale. So we had a chance, me and my friend, we were smoking all the time with Caligula, the kid. An
Collegials.
expo, I remember. Yeah, forget about it. Twice, me and Marcus.
Where the hell
He's
is
a
this?
cool kid. Weinstein, Arthur Weinstein introduced me to what the hell is his name? Christopher Walken.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, the tunnel was my home. I don't care. When I started doing Limelight, and I just don't know. I felt weird in Limelight, even though me and Rob were discussing. We had such a good time, like with the barbecues and the stuff on Wednesdays. Then all of us, me, you, Mike, we went to New Rochelle, that Palladium.
That was
That's right.
I
That
sold
Yeah,
was
myself. I sold
yeah.
myself for you guys,
Mikey
man.
sold himself to the devil.
Man, that's not
Mikey,
cool,
Mikey
man.
took one for the team
I
for all
sold
of us.
myself, man. Not cool.
There were
I just
some
couldn't do it
great
anymore.
parties out there.
Yeah, that's where I met
Parties out.
DMX. Mike was sitting. We were
You
talking
had
to
to see how
DMX
many
for
people
hours.
were there when we first walked in the place.
Three, four,
Three. I almost had a heart
three.
attack.
I mean, from the standpoint of being the DJ, you're just walking in. You're getting ready to go on your set in an hour, and you walk in, and the place is packed. It's jam packed. The sound system is bumping. It's like it's such a high all by itself. It's like, oh my god. In an hour from now, I'm going to be playing for 6,000 people. It's a sick feeling. Sick. Those parties
No,
were awesome.
I used to love to be right next to you, man, and just like I love being with the DJ when it was going down. You
Yeah,
know,
Mikey,
Absolutely.
that was my
he gave
day.
us the chance. Robert Guerra threw me and Benny in 1997. Me, Benny Pushkin. He threw us in Kenny Sharp room. So Mike comes in, and I was standing there listening to music, listening to Benny. Mike comes
With my
in.
3 day old beer.
Yeah, 3 day old beer, leather jacket, his Kango hat, and he's standing there for hours listening. Then he's like, "Who is that?" I go, "That's Benny Mays." He goes, "Okay, next week he's going to be spinning on the main floor." I said, "What?" And it happened to be Steven was out of town. That's another story. Steven went to Turkey. Michael sent him to Turkey.
I sent them to
Uh,
Atlanta. I sent them to
Sent
Europe.
him to Olympics. Steven Zor did Olympics in '96 in Atlanta, Georgia, with
Yeah,
Casanova.
I sent them
So
everywhere.
Benny happens to open up the Detour first party. So next day, I'm in the office, Danny Teneglia complaining that Steven Zor is sending him subliminal messages stating, "This is our house, get the fuck out of here," like that. And I was there. I go, "Danny, do you know that Steven's not still? He's not even in the country. He's outside Turkey. He's on the tour." He's like, "Oh yeah. Oh,
That
I'm
was
sorry.
that was
I like Benny. I like Benny. This and that. You
that was a
know."
little bit like we got you, Danny.
Yeah, and Benny is a shy kid. You know, Rob. You spent a lot of time with Benny, and he didn't say anything. But me and Benny had a serious situation. Hunka Bunka hired me to put up a show for Deep Chemical. They took 103.5 commercials. They did billboards, all kinds of shit. The show was 10 drag queens just dancing to a song. Right before they go on, security calls me up. "You gotta go upstairs. You got a phone call. Edgar, Jonathan Peters'
Oh,
manager, or I don't
Edgar,
know who he was." Yeah.
Edgar.
He's telling me, he says, "Stop the show now, or I'm gonna blackball you from all the nightclubs. You don't know
Wait a
who."
minute. What happened here now?
He said, "Stop the show."
Hey, this is
Really?
new. This is the first time I'm hearing this. How about you, Mike?
Yeah, listen.
No,
I'm there.
I heard he did something at Limelight one time where he threw the money and Peter didn't pay people and he snapped out and he stopped the party at Limelight and he threw money. This is what we're trying to make and we don't make because the owner don't pay us and he threw money out. Like,
but he lost. At the end of the day, he got blackballed. So what I'm telling you, the story is, they got me upstairs, the bosses. They put me on the phone. The guy is acting like a wise guy. He's like, I'll speak to you tomorrow. Come see me in the morning. We'll talk about it, this and that, but forget about it. Just shut down the show. The bosses, they tell me, well, Bonsali, Joey Enough, and the owners of the club, they tell me, legally, if you don't announce it, oh, here is Benny May's song, Deep Chemical, here is the show. Legally, if you don't announce it, and 10 drag queens happen to decide to dance to the song, it doesn't mean performance. So that's what happened. Bro,
Hey,
9 o'clock in the morning, I get a nervous call from Benny. Benny's like, yo, Jonathan's causing havoc. What did you do, Tony? This and that. So I feel I didn't do anything wrong. I'm trying to help my friend promote his track.
Oh, wait a minute here.
I
You're
go see Jonathan. I pull up on the Jonathan. Really mad. Guess who meets me at the door?
Edgar Martinez.
Chris Canella.
Oh,
My
Chris
friend
Canella.
Chris Canella. And he goes, Tony, let me go upstairs and talk to him. He goes upstairs. Jonathan tells him to leave the office. Canella sits on the table, puts his feet on the table, and says, listen, Tony and Benny are good friends. The only thing he's trying to do is help Benny basically get more advertisement. And the same goes for you. You bought the track. You getting free advertisement. You know what I'm saying? So he thought about it, and the beef was squashed. And then I don't know, Edgar disappeared. I used to come to a Sound Factory, end up with Benny actually in the DJ booth with Jonathan. Then I have Jonathan came to our party at Cleveland there when we did in Miami. Everything was cool after that. But I'm just saying the way politics work, uh, it was unbelievable, you know. Like when I started out, Alex and Leo, I called them up. I said, "Listen, I have like 50 people want to go to Sound Factory. I'll just give them to you, but make sure when I come by, you know, with a friend too, I get taken care of. You know, I don't want to stay online, whatever." They tell me no. I said, "What do you mean no?" He goes, "Oh, we don't need no promoters. We don't need nothing." I go, "I didn't ask you for money. I'm just asking for respect." When they came to Tunnel, we always, first of all, I couldn't tell who is who. Second of all, when we went to Limelight, they decided to go to Limelight and go against us. I don't know how. I don't remember the complete story. Michael knows the story. He told me a million times. Michael blacked out and punched one of them in the face for what they said something.
I don't
They said
remember. I don't remember no
really
such
bad.
thing. I don't remember no such thing.
Yeah, it did not happen.
I don't
Yeah,
fight.
of course.
I don't remember no
Yeah,
such thing.
that's the whole thing. Michael don't fight,
I don't remember
but you
nothing.
know, like either he slapped him or some. It was like
I
not
didn't do
cool.
anything. I didn't
But
do
they
nothing.
said something. It was really not cool. After that, they were not in Tunnel and not in Limelight. All I know that. But the way they behaved themselves, like you know, they're really like not friendly. That's all I gotta say. To be
They're
a promoter,
They're
you gotta.
shady. They're shady. They never liked me. So what are you gonna do?
They never
Nobody.
like me either
You
from
know.
day
You
one.
can't.
I don't know why.
I don't know why.
I don't know why, man.
You know.
But listen, uh, I can't for some reason. I want to make sure the sound goes good.
Yeah, I
Guys,
can't.
Mike, why can you
I
play
can't.
one
I
of your
can't.
tracks?
I can't. I'm having trouble right now. So he has to play his track right now because I rather hear
Robert,
his.
can you play a track?
well, I don't have. I don't have at this moment. I would
That's what I'm
have
trying to do.
Yeah, I sent you the links and all that stuff. You don't have it. You didn't load it up.
Yeah, you did, but something's wrong with Blog Talk Radio, and I'm trying
And
to.
you
I
had
had
my
them
track
all
too,
loaded.
so I'm trying to.
Yeah,
It's your
you
fault,
know.
Tony. It's all your fault.
No, I could play Rob's track right now, no problem.
Let's do it.
Watch this. Let's do it. It's again. It's a banger. One after another, and some of them was still unreleased, but I enjoyed every single one of them. And you, Mike, you could go your company, Dingo and the Baby, and play the track from there or from the Django.
Real? Oh yeah.
Okay,
You got that?
but for our records, let's hear this.
Oh wait a minute, Tony. You can't do it like that.
Yeah.
You're jipping everybody, bro. That's
It's
not
not
cool.
it's not sounding good.
Don't do that. You gotta give
No,
the track respect, bro.
of course, a
Track's like a
100%.
person, bro. It's a,
I
you
know,
know, it becomes a life force.
I know. We're going to have to do a mix set.
Don't worry, people. We're gonna get better technology as time goes on. You know.
Yeah, but we started out slowly. We got a couple of people involved with us. So we did a lot of training. I did a lot of, I met a lot of
Technical work.
good people, technical work, and a lot of things went into this. I had to even go meet
But
Noriega.
I like this trio right here. We should do this more often.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
because
Just do it.
now I have a question, and it's been bothering me. You know who I spoke to today? If you guys remember, his name is Kelly Cobb, and he
Oh,
became
Kelly.
Tiesto's manager. You know what I'm saying? I asked him to also
Rob
like to be.
Jr.'s 1997 tunnel tape right here.
Are you serious right now? Are you
Rob
serious?
Crazy,
Jr.'s
right?
tunnel tape right here.
Dude, I wish
One
I
of a
could show it.
kind.
Robert Jr. is signed to my label versus 2000.
That's
We did
right.
the
That's
higher.
right.
Yeah, we did
Record,
the higher
actually.
track.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, Jonathan actually reached out to me because he wanted to sign that record, but I
I
told him
remember.
that
You told me no.
yeah, we're giving you the record, and it did very
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
You couldn't even keep up with the orders on that record, huh?
Nope. Nope.
Yeah.
We
And
did
that's
vinyl,
why
you
you
know?
didn't make money.
Well, you know, in New York, you could only like sell 3, 4, 5,000 copies. So, I mean, we went at
Those were the
maximum.
days, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
listen,
Those were the
tracks, people
days.
paying for the tracks, and people were actually paying for them.
Yep.
Right now, it's very difficult, and you know, I'm looking at the
We
artists.
had a good reunion when we did the tunnel thing. Did you
Yeah,
Yeah.
enjoy it, Rob? Did you have fun?
I had a blast. It was awesome. It was very cool.
I mean, we brought New York back, literally. I still have. I'm looking at the pictures, and
I just really
I
dug Sankey's, man. I liked it for that
yeah, it
I
was a
liked it.
beautiful club. They promised us not the same. They promised us the space. Me
Oh
and Mike
God!
got really
Oh man, we got hyped up. We thought we were gonna do it
hyped
up.
up.
We thought we were gonna start it up again. Oh, what a
We thought
night!
we were gonna have Sankey for another
I
6
thought they
months.
were real. I didn't know that they were really basically just tearing the place down for that other club that I don't even remember anymore because it died out in what 2 years. That club.
Yeah,
Space to
yeah.
be. No.
Yep. They made a menu there. That's right.
That was terrible. That was
Yeah, I told.
the worst investment I ever heard about because they were like 9, 10 million in. It was like ridiculous.
Yeah,
It was
I got
ridiculous.
pictures somewhere where that we building it. You know, Canella's building it. It was still building out. There's a couple of mirror balls on the top and stuff. It was awesome. You
Yeah,
know,
you two are the
like, but
directors. You two are directors of Psyches. Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
you know they had
uh,
one in Brooklyn also. If it's I believe it was the analog Brooklyn analog. Because if you remember the lights that were in the ceiling, remember the
yes,
like lights that came down a little bit on the trestle. They were
Yes.
actually pretty cool. So yeah, Analog has the same lighting system. You realize that if you've been to that club, but
Yeah.
those two clubs were connected.
Man, speaking of clubs,
Defected or something it's called. I forgot. They had that big light shining outside on the building. I have a picture with the light.
yeah, then
Uh,
we found Crowbar. We never got in. How
we
Oh
funny
never
is
got
yeah,
that?
in. We
wow.
found the crowbar. Crowbar was ours again. We found that fucking place.
I never got in. They said They said not you, buddy, not tonight. I'm like, what do you mean? I found the spot.
That's right. We're like, yo, we discovered the spot.
Not you, buddy.
Like, you know what I really dug? The Twilo system, the Phazon.
Well,
I
that
never heard
thing,
anything like
that let me
that.
tell you, that Twilo really snuck up on the city. Let me tell you, boy. And when it finally was known, it was too late. It was that good.
Yeah, I had the pleasure of standing in the middle of the dance floor of that club and hearing my records. And
Oh,
yeah, that was something else. That was some experience, you know. And
Sasha
the
and
best part,
Digweed.
well, not uh, David Waxman was playing there once, and he had no idea I was in the club, and I had no idea he was going to play my new record. So, I'm out, I'm hanging out with this girl, I'm having a blast. It's a great time, and then all of a sudden, it's like I could hear at the first beat introduced through the speaker, like, "Holy crap, that's my record!" Oh man, yeah, it was great. A lot of stuff. Great
yeah,
experience. But I gotta
yeah.
tell you, man,
Waxman.
the scene back then, you know, it's so it's so amazing to me how many banging venues there were. How many great parties that were all happening simultaneously. Like, I don't think that's ever gonna happen ever again, ever. You know, I mean, I in my heart, I would love for that to happen, but I just can't. I
I
can't
know, me
see the
too, Robert.
industry
I
ever
would,
get back to that.
I would love that too. It was just
There's no
What a
mega clubs like that, and people are on some like the promoters are not the same. Like
not
promotion.
it's not it's I don't even think it's just the promoters. I just think it's just the whole mentality. You know what happened? It's funny. In the beginning of the show, we started talking a little bit about technology and how it has a lot to offer, and how it's evolved our production, music, and even the way we listen to music. Just so many different aspects of our lives. Technology has actually helped, but honestly, if you really think about it, technology has played a tremendous role in our demise because
perfectly said.
so
Because let me tell you something before you continue. AOL came out on the scene. The internet really started blowing up in the 90s.
yep,
Peter Gatian's words. Peter Gatian's words. That thing's gonna fucking be the end of everything.
absolutely.
It's not as great as people think.
Think about that rare ice cream shop that had a special flavor that you loved, right? And there was only one of them. You had to go to that location to get it, right? It made it very exclusive. It wasn't easily obtainable, right? So my point is like underground music, house music, techno, that sound was something that you needed to go out to one of these
Yeah,
venues to really.
you gotta press against flesh, man.
Yeah, it wasn't back then. Every other guy wasn't a DJ. Even like all these people coming, you know, to live here in the city. The yuppies and I mean, but the music is so accessible now that
Yeah.
everybody's a DJ now. Everybody has
You can
access
have
to this music. It's not as nearly as exclusive as it
yeah.
was
You gotta
back
go.
then.
You gotta go and press against flesh, man. You gotta
Yeah.
do it. And people don't do that no more.
They
I think
open
I
up.
think the biggest hit the industry took is when we were able to take a one of these.
Don't
Yeah,
even do this. Don't do this.
when we were able to take one of these,
And put it on a fucking little microchip or a CD. Are
I
you
gotta
cutting
get
the
that.
CD?
I gotta get
Are
that
you
closer. Yeah, yeah.
are you cutting the CD out for? Are you cutting the CD out entirely, or are you getting into the SD card?
Well, if you had one of these in your house, you're good. Yeah,
Ouch.
Yeah,
yeah.
Joey Beltram, nice.
Um, but yeah. So once we were able to take that and put it on a CD, right? Now I would go. I'm a DJ, right? I go to the record store and I'd be like, "Hey, Mike, Tony, I just picked these up, man. Bombs. You know what I'm gonna do? Instead of you going to the store and spending 25, $30 on these, I'm gonna hook you up. I'm gonna burn all that stuff on a CD, and then you pay
Yeah.
Thanks a
zipper,
lot, man. Yeah.
right?
I may
Go
want
to
to
the
be a
store,
The
DJ.
best,
and you
the
would buy
best gift
stuff,
ever.
and you would do the same. And here we are, almost 25 years later, make a fraction of what we made back then on a
Oh
record.
yeah. Hmm.
Labels, independent labels suffered terribly. Think about what a hit record sells now, as opposed to what a hit record sold.
You sell
Back
1,000 copies. I think you're great.
millions and like at the major label level, we're talking about millions and millions and millions of copies of records sold. Now they don't even want to do albums anymore. They do singles. It's so crazy how devastating technology has been to our industry. So
Right.
yes, we gained a lot, but I think we lost.
We lost the heart. We lost the heart and soul, baby.
It's
I also have somebody in the queue. It's a good friend of mine, Michael. He is about to join us. He promotes alcohol companies over here in Florida,
Oh
and he
yeah.
also took me around. And everybody say hello to Michael. Michael's
Hi,
in.
Hey,
Mike. How are you doing, Michael?
what's going on, Mike?
You got. I think you got a
Mike
really
Good
great
day. How y'all
name.
gentlemen doing tonight?
I think you got a
Me,
great
Mike
name.
Francis, Rob Jr. See the vodka in the background. Show the bottles. Get them closer to the screen.
Yeah, I
Now,
like that.
this is
Oh
lights
wow,
up.
that's hot.
Lights up. One is blue. One is pink. They light up. They have lights in it. They made in France. Okay, light it up. Make sure they see that it blinks.
That shit's hot.
Yeah, and it's a French vodka.
Ah shit, that's what.
It happens to be in a giant stadium. So Michael's been pushing it over here in Miami, and it's doing well. We got other couple of alcohol companies approaching us as sponsors, but I've been working with the company for many years. Actually, Scissor's partner Igor, his stepbrother Milan,
That's
that's
right.
his company, and
Look, he has a boy
you
and a
know,
girl. A boy and a
yeah,
girl.
one is for the boy, the other one is for the girl because it's pink, pomegranate, and it has bubbles in it. It's about to be in 256 total wine stores. It's the size of Wallbaum's, these liquor stores. Humongous. I'm talking about huge. So, we got,
It's funny.
out,
I would just like one of the bottles just to keep my house and just chill. You know.
I was just
yeah,
saying that to myself. Yeah, that's awesome.
I,
Just like
I'll take that.
right in the studio, one on the left, one on the
Right?
right.
yeah,
I
Yeah,
like
man.
that.
yeah. We had
Yeah,
them lit
that
up and used like couple of them. I'm talking about like
How
20,
can I get me
30.
one of those?
yeah, those are hot.
We'll get you. We'll get you guys the bottles.
I like that,
Um,
man.
yeah, and
I
we've
really
been
do.
walking in. I've been walking in. Before I walk in the place, I light up the bottles in my bag. So they're like, "What you got for us?" And I pull these two out, and they're like, "Wow!" And it's not expensive. It's $20 in the store. It could be
And it
low
lights
bottom.
up, and it lights up still.
Yeah,
Yep.
every bottle is a 750. What we have right now. There's blue is the original. It's 40%.
Right.
Alcohol. The pink is 35. It's a mixture blend of four flavors: strawberry, raspberry, pomegranate, and Nordic berry. Men like the pink as well. I mean, they're both nice, smooth. 5 times distilled from France. Been in a bunch of videos. Two Chainz, Young Jeezy, DJ Khaled, Kid Ink,
It's been in the
Chris
Versace
Brown.
video, Versace,
Yeah,
with Migos. Yeah.
Amigos. Yeah, it's been in a lot. New York, New Jersey, South Florida, and Vegas is where we're at right now.
That's I have to say it's gorgeous, like
Yeah,
It's
and
gorgeous.
the
Yeah.
price point on it is 19.99 in the liquor stores.
that's
So
nice.
In the liquor store. So
and
if you buy a case,
it's not a cheap vodka. It's just priced to where it needs to be to
Yeah,
blow
but
out.
and
And
then when you buy it in the club, it's like 350.
right?
well,
It's like
I have a
this.
lot of clubs right now that are doing before 11 or 1 o'clock doing a bottle of cavada and a hookah for $100,
That's
and
nice. See,
and
that's
it's
nice.
blowing off the shelves.
Yeah.
Tony could also show you there's an adapter that doesn't manipulate the bottle. That's a hookah setup.
Makes to the hookah
No,
setup.
are you kidding
Yeah.
me?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
let me explain the light real quick to you. When it's full on, like you see here,
Right?
you get 50 hours of light. When it's
Get the
blinking, you
fuck.
get 100 hours of light.
It's a blink also.
Then it's time to get a new bottle. At
Right.
20 at $20 a bottle at the liquor store,
It's
you could
worth
go
it.
get another one when the
or
light goes out.
or the
Right.
clubs, if you get 10 cases, which each case there's 6 bottles, so and you get 10 cases, you get 3 cases for free. How much
That's the
does
promo
this
we're
come
doing
out
right
per
now.
bottle? How
That's
much?
good,
12,
man.
12, 12.53 a bottle at that price point for any club. It's a no-brainer for any bar, lounge, hookah lounge, gentleman's club to carry this product.
Now, that's a hot looking product, man.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah, we're
It
we're
definitely
pushing
is.
it. We're
You
pushing
might
it.
get me back into being an alcoholic, though. You know, but hey,
Yeah,
you know,
we're doing a
What?
festival down here called Ja Fest. It's a big international Caribbean fest that's going to be here in Palm Beach from the 25th to the 27th.
wow, I would love to see that whole like all that shit lit up on a bar, like it's just like just
Mike,
like
we made it where it was connected to the sound of the music. So
oh,
all the bottles,
you had that's
the
fat.
bottles were playing like an equalizer, up and down. The pink
So you
ones go
had the
on.
music,
See,
you had the
Yeah,
yeah, that's some good ingenuity right there. So, like, if you had other colors as well, I mean, on the bar, that looks sick. It looks
Yeah.
sick
Yeah.
right now. I really want one in my. I want two.
I want two of them. I want the girl and the boy.
yeah. You
man.
want to have 2 of them
That's
because
fat.
they
That's
look they good.
I love it. Let me see that.
Bring it closer.
Yeah, that's hot.
That's nice, man. That really is nice, man.
Especially
I
like
like that,
when
man.
the club is dark and every
And you're sitting down,
silver
and you're sitting down with that, like, and it's like you're noticed right there, man. You know what I mean?
and the girls they just come up and they're like, "What is that? Come here, try this. Here's a pink one for you," and they love it. It's like Nuvo. The pink
It's
one is
very
like
nice.
Nuvo. It's a sparkling vodka.
A
It's
sparkling, really?
Sparkling.
That's
Sparkling
nice.
pomegranate vodka, yeah. We got whiskey coming out, really good one. And we're working with a tequila company as well. You know what I'm saying? We every week, every show that we're doing, we're getting more and more advanced. You know what I'm saying? I just
That's
had
nice,
to
man.
partner up thank you, with dude from Wu Tang Raider. He's a very cool cat, and he showed us how to do a lot of things. But engineering is not my strong polish, like not my strong thing. So, and this requires Blog Talk, which has a studio in it, and the
Like,
studio
I
you
can't stop
upload the
looking at the
track.
bottles, like.
You upload the drops. Like I have multiple drops by Ice-T and Method Man called in last week and not the week before. And I got RZA, I got couple of like famous artists that already did drops for us. And now me and Mike we're doing more Club 90s in New York City, the mega clubs, because I was watching a Drink Champs by Noriega, and every artist saying tunnel, 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 tunnel. And we have stories for days. Even Mike, he was on Wu Tang Radio. I mean, I've been working with Mike close to 25 years. Never heard the story in my life. How Mike met Tupac.
That was the
You know
best
what I'm
night of my
saying?
life.
And Mike, please tell the story because it's like I can't even.
It's Pancho, I
Okay,
had
Mike
I
just
had,
had surgery.
I had
He had a
cancer,
surgery.
and I got operated on that Friday. Yeah, it was Friday, right?
Friday,
And
because Saturday didn't work.
and I didn't go in Saturday, and Peter didn't pay nobody. I can't believe it. Like he didn't pay anybody. That's not like Peter.
Filled up the club. The club was full.
Peter never did stuff like that. But nobody got paid. Podge called me up, and I had
He
like
didn't want to go up there.
28 stitches, and I just got operated on Friday. So
Took a
I
walk from 71st Street in
I
Amsterdam to 27th and 12th.
no, I jumped in a cab. I would have never made it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, no way. I could. I walked like 3 steps, and I was like already tired because of the surgery. So I walked in, and to make a long story short, I see Tupac like riffing and bitching and moaning that he wants drinks. Now, what I didn't know is when Tony found out that Tupac used to get abused. I didn't know that.
He was in the tunnel. I heard the story from another podcast. He was with his people and he was rolling a blunt. Somebody would run into him and the blunt fall down. Nobody like secured him. People were stepping on his feet and somehow they left him alone by himself. And Michael, as soon as he gets out of the office, the
Well,
first
I made a
person he
deal.
sees.
Well, I told Peter. He told me that he didn't have the money because he was paying his lawyers. So I said, all right, Peter, you could have told me that, and I could have stayed home. I just had surgery. I go, they give me like 30 drink tickets. So I got 30 drink tickets. I see this, like, I love Tupac, you know what I mean? Like, from his music to his acting, I was just all in on his talent. And I just went down by the bar and I just slapped out 30 drink tickets. He's like, who are you? I go, I'm the director of this club. And bless you, it's
Thank you.
true. And we were, speaking and hanging out, and he was so cool. Like he wasn't that guy, I guess you see on TV. He was very, very smart, very intellectual. You know what I mean? Like talked like he was very, 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 very smart. And I took him up to the office, and at that time I had the Tupac stuff I was buying, like books and like his pictures and shit. And he signed the pictures for me, and he's like, "What are you doing?" Like I go, he goes, "Why don't you come to Vegas and meet me out there next week? I'm gonna be out there." So I was like, "Yeah, I'll do it. I'll come out, but I don't like to fly." So during the week, I spoke to him on a Thursday, and I told him, "Listen, I can't come out to Vegas because I got things to do at the club on Sunday, so I can't make it." And that's when he got shot that weekend. And then after that, my office got broken into, and everything that he signed was gone. So it was just like a weird like thing that happened. Like so when he got shot and he died, I go to my office and everything was stolen of everything he did for me. Everything he signed for me was gone.
That's
It's like
crazy.
I never had it. And
Yeah.
if I wish if I had balls and I got on the plane, who knows?
Who knows? We might
Maybe
have been
he's
in the car.
maybe he still would have been alive.
Maybe.
You never know. But
Maybe.
it's
Yeah.
like, I thought he was gonna beat it. Like I thought, like, cause he got shot at like
He
15.
lived for another 2 days or something.
Yeah, and then he didn't make it. So, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, crazy story.
Like I thought I really
Crazy
had it.
story.
I thought I had, like, I had this guy too because I had his cell number too, and he dies like the same next week. Right? It's like fucked up, man.
He was
How
a very,
about
very talented guy.
Yeah, he was. He was very.
a good question to both of you guys? Because I did the same thing to Kelly. I'm like so confused. There's so many DJs out there and all these names and the producers. Rob and Mike, I would like to hear from you guys. Who do you think is worth to listen to right now? To turn
Dom
on
Dollar, Dom Dollar,
Dom Dollar?
Dom Dollar.
Dom Dollar. And you, Robert?
I kind of stick with my roots, man. Sasha and John B are coming back to town. They're gonna do it for the first time in a while. So, I'm definitely gonna pop up at that party. But yeah, listen, man. There's a lot of great music out. You know, um, that's the thing, right? The tracks are coming out in droves, and there's just so many talented producers, and that's the one. This is the flip side of the coin. Now we talked about technology, you know, whipping out the heart and the soul, which basically comes down to the exploitation, the ability to make money in the scene and actually make a living. But the flip side is that because production became so much more accessible, now we have so many more talented producers in the game, and there's probably thousands of tracks coming out a day. It's so much. It's hard to keep up with, especially on
Yeah,
a
I can
digital.
imagine for a DJ, like, it's like shit, man. I got
Yeah,
so many.
it's overwhelming. Yeah, I'm like, wow, I can't keep up with all stuff. So
Yeah, it's a
you
lot of
know,
work. That in
yeah, it
itself
really
They
is a
have
lot of
is.
work.
they have studio on iPhones. That's like I couldn't believe it. You can make tracks on your iPhone.
Diplo has a DAW in his car.
Really? That's cool. That is
Yeah, I mean,
awesome.
but there's a lot of great music, and it's very hard to like pin down where to start. I mean, for me, I have a very wide span appreciation for different sound. I was never stuck in one genre, so
Nah, me either. I like everything as well. I don't discriminate anything that sounds good.
just even in the dance, you have you guys that like deep house and they like the soulful stuff, and you got
Remember, yeah,
the
but
tech
I don't.
house,
Yeah, but
the
I those
techno.
I like deep house. I don't like techno. Like, okay, all right, all right, all right.
Listen,
I really don't.
if it sounds good, it doesn't matter where it belongs.
Exactly,
It's either not good.
exactly, exactly.
I used
Yep.
to love techno, and then tribal house, progressive house was had its crazy run. Hard house is amazing. You know what I'm saying? Uh, like Lord G.
Hard house is to me like for a while what we were calling techno in this modern day is what we called hard house, and that genre doesn't even exist anymore. You can't even
Yeah,
find that
but
as category.
lately, hard house. I've been hearing some hard house tracks at 140 beats per minute. Makes no sense to me.
140 years.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
you'll,
fast.
yeah, man.
Well, I mean, I think what's happened, right? So we got like fast. We were up there. I mean, depending on what you were listening to, if you were listening to like Gab or 180s and
Oh
200
boy.
beats, You know,
What could you do on that, man? Gabba House. I tell you, boy. I love my Rob G. Let
and
me
then
tell you.
and then everything slowed down. You know, so like it
No,
was like 124,
you know what happened?
126.
This is what happened. This is where the road went wrong with the music. Because when techno first came out, it wasn't. It was like house tempo. Some of the songs. It wasn't 135 beats per minute. Like Dominator's not not 135 beats per minute. But what happened in the scene is that everybody wanted to be harder than everybody else, and everybody started getting BPM crazy to prove how hard they were. So it just got out of control. Like 92, 93, I'm hard, it got ridiculous. And then it just went in this bad direction where all of a sudden you started hearing 145 beats per minute, and you're like, okay, he is hard, yeah. Like, he's hard, all right.
But you could still actually
He's the-
dance to it.
He's harder than repeat, yeah. Okay. You win this week.
Like
And
repeat.
then next week you come out with 175 beat per minute. And then breakbeat is born. And then that's the new thing, breakbeat. And I was like, nah, Peter, no. Breakbeat's not going to stay. Believe me, it's a fucking fad.
What about
And
drum and bass?
I'm sorry, drum and bass. That was the new thing. Drum and bass. I was like, no. I would have left the scene. I said I'm not discriminated, but that's the only music I'm not really fond of. Unless there's a good vocal in it. Unless somebody's really sing
that's
to
where
it.
Angel Dust was born. You gotta be on some.
I'll never forget it. Like they
Doing
tried to sell
tremendous.
Peter on. They sold Peter on drum and bass. Like techno house is dead. Drum and bass is the new thing. I'm like, okay. So that was almost a nightmare like for me. Like, but that didn't
Hey, Mike,
last.
Jack, you gonna play tonight?
What happened?
I said, were you gonna play something?
Yeah, but I'm having trouble with it.
Well, we loaded up all these bombs and we can't listen to them.
No, I don't want to listen to it on the phone.
No, I don't want to listen to it. That's a sin.
When you come by, like you said, when you come by, you're gonna give me some of these exercises and tips, and I'll show you some of the stuff I'm doing, and
Mike also
So
we
to be-
get a lot of programs and stuff.
and I have a lot of stuff you could dig into. But you said you were building M2 drives, right?
I
my-
want to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You could get the what's the name of the company? Hold on. They make relatively good drives, competitive price, and you don't have to get sold on the Samsung speed and pay the top premium dollar. And you can get this company, which is 35 read and 34 write, 3,400, 3,500 write, and that's damn good. And the company is XPS.
Oh, I know it.
You know the company, right?
Yeah.
They make good stuff for good prices. You can pick up 1 terabyte for like $1.08, $1.10, and then I made the mistake of getting a case without a fan, and the hard drive got so hot that it burnt out in 2 weeks. They were so good to me, XPS, that they took it and gave me a new one in a week. Then I bought this, and no problems ever again. Like I said, when it gets to a certain temperature, this thing goes on and it gets cool again. It's like unbelievable. And they're so fast, man. They're so fast. They blow away SATA 6. Like SATA 6 is at its peak of 500 megabytes per second. It's not going to get any higher than that. So that's where SATA 6 is at now. and this goes above 500 megs per second. It's in the 3,000 megabytes, almost as fast as the Apple drives that come with these new Macs, and that's pretty good.
Yeah.
People are booting from these if they're buying the 256 to 128 gigabyte Mac pieces, and they're getting these to boot into, and that's how they're doing it. So, you know, and I seen a kid who did it. It works pretty good. So it's probably like 3 or 4 seconds slower than the Apple's drive if you encase it in a Thunderbolt case. I went USB 3.1. But yeah. So what do you think? Thunderbolt 4 is a joke, but USB 4 is not a joke, because USB 4 is as fast as Thunderbolt 3 now. But Thunderbolt 4 is not. It's the same speed. Made no sense to me they did that.
No.
No, USB 4 is right up fucking Thunderbolt's ass.
You know what I can't get out of my head? That we have a real hero in the house, and I know that you did paramedics a while ago, and I was like, this, it's really noble to work with people. But when you told me you're a fireman, and already off the truck fireman, and you teach people how to be, helpful, like I said, you are my hero. You are my Captain America. And on top of it, you never fell off with your sound. There's a line of DJs and promoters that keep you in their top 5 as producers and DJ. They're like, there's nobody like Rob Jr. because
Like I said, I got his tape right here from 1996.
I want one. I want one.
I want one too.
You can't get it, buddy.
I'll tell you a funny story.
You gave it to me special.
My buddy in my house one day, and he was like, Rob, I want you to make me the most exclusive mixtape. I'm like, okay. He's like, I want you to do it right now. I was like, all right, let's go. So we popped the tape in,
Whoa.
start recording.
You just gave me an idea, man.
I rocked the set for him.
We should do a DJ mixtape night where every DJ should do an old school fucking tape, bro.
Yep.
So
That
I
would be
I
great.
did this tape for him. We're done. He hits eject, takes the tape out. And he's like, all right, Rob. I was like, oh, wait, hold on. I got to get a copy of that. I made it. He's
You
like,
didn't get
nope.
it, huh?
He was like, nope. And he left. And he legit never gave me a copy of probably one of the biggest mixtapes I ever made.
Wow.
Ever.
That's
I-
a beat. It's like going to work for Peter Gation and working a night and not getting the dollar.
You guys want to laugh? I'll give you a story. I've been listening.
We all been there.
Funkmaster Flex waited for a year to have Peter Gation start paying him $250 for spinning.
Wow.
Hey,
Can you believe that?
hey! I got $75, man. So he was ahead of the game.
Oh, you only were bringing 2,000 people. Come on, Michael.
$75 I got.
Yeah, I had heard the stories like, when DJ didn't get paid, he may have helped himself to a turntable or some needles or something.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. I heard a few of those stories.
Mixers maybe too.
Yo,
Oh, man.
You know
Or
what?
you
Remember
go, or you go to the boot. You go to the boot next week, and it's sticky. The mixer.
I remember
You don't wanna
they
pay
took that
me this
Fender
week,
Strike
you
chair.
looks-
Remember the
well,
Fender
look, no.
Strike?
will look nice in my house.
Yeah, true, true, true.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
he was
it's
lucky they kept the booth
They
in
took our
place.
store away. They took our store away, man. They
Store.
took our
Oh,
store away, our tunnel store, man.
the store, bro. That was ridiculous.
That we had dreams with that.
For
that's
years, we were
crazy.
planning to open up a store.
He said
Years.
yes too, and Alex said no.
Said yes, yeah.
And they gave it to
Now,
somebody else.
he gave it to somebody else. You know, the only sizes there were, or poncho sizes. I'm
Right?
talking about big
They had hip hop clothes, like.
fucking hip hop, triple X with money bags on.
We had everything set up. The DJ tapes. We're gonna have the DJ tapes made for the. You know what I mean?
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
We had a whole goal. And Peter just rah, rah, rah.
No, he
He
said
probably
yes.
took a
Alex
check.
said no, no. We're gonna make that, Peter. It's our thing. Damn it.
Somebody gave him a check and put in a. Literally, it was such a like not even the skateboard clothes. This was like beyond Carl Canine or Crisscross. This was like such a big sizes. Like you can't even look at that.
Oh
Like this
man. I
baby
remember
poncho stuff. Those
when
shirts.
we bring in Space Frog, and Future Breeze, when we did
Yeah,
all those
follow.
acts, man.
Yeah,
Those
I
were good.
remember being on stage with Future Breeze and Space Frog was in Palladium with your
Yeah,
favorite
they
friend,
robbed
Yuri
them on us.
Almarachi.
They robbed them on us, okay?
Yuri
They robbed them on
Almarachi.
us. They robbed them
Yeah,
on us. They robbed them.
I did the doors. I remember that very well.
I'll never forget his friend said, Mike, you gotta understand, Yuri Marachi, he squeezes 6 nickels out of a quarter. I was like, oh God.
Yeah, I
Oh,
think he did one
God.
party in each club. That's how he's known,
He took
like
our
he
act
did every club, but one party in the club.
like he took our friggin' act, man. That bastard.
Rob, you ever spun an exit?
Yes, actually, hey, I spent there a few times.
Love that booth.
You
That
know,
booth is amazing.
yeah, it was a crazy club. The one crazy thing about it is they had these big monitors there, Jay. And I remember the first night that I played there. Actually, my buddy Frank Maggs, called me up and he's like, "Listen, I'm going to be out of town. You know, can you come for me?" I was like, "Yeah, absolutely." So I played that night, and the sound system was so powerful that it was just overtaking the monitors in the booth. So I felt like I was on the dance floor with the sound system. That's how insane it was. But yeah, it's pretty hard club to forget.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was an interesting booth.
pretty hard owner to forget too.
Yeah, that's it.
Mavisi.
Imagine if he was a half decent man.
Yeah, he was a wacko, let me tell you.
Yeah, he was. I heard
Yeah,
stories about him, boy.
I ran
But
into him
it's
in
so
a
funny
parking lot of
how people have, there's other people like us that talk and say their stories and say their things and what they went through and what they done and who they worked for, but nobody could have the lives that we had. I don't care who you are. Nobody had what we had during that decade as good as we had it.
No.
yeah.
Nobody.
Even Miami
I don't.
clubs wasn't like that. Well,
I
the
I
Miami,
I laugh. I laugh when I hear like some people think I'm so like smarter and I don't know, bro. I like playing dumb because then you hear everything. But
yeah,
it's just
you
like
know, you don't.
it's
I also
ridiculous.
don't like attention. Attention, too much attention. People sweating you.
I remember when Danny Teneglia used to lock himself up in the DJ booth, and I would still have the keys, and I would override any DJs and go play with the lights. So me and Danny in the room, just two of us, and we were talking, talking, talking. I was trying to bring him to Russia, and he was
Russia.
flaking out. Yeah,
Kevin
yeah, I was
McHugh
trying
was
to
his
bring him to
manager,
Russia.
right?
Kevin McHugh. Well, what
Kevin
happened?
McHugh.
He passed away, right?
No. Oh, don't say that. Did
Yeah,
he?
a while ago. I
Really,
believe
man?
so.
Why? What happened?
That's sad what happened to Fernandez as well. You know, I heard he was jogging on the street and just stopped and had a heart attack.
Jesus,
You
that
know what I mean?
sucks.
Like, I uh, salute Peter. You know, Guido, he was a great artist. So, I mean, you know, he had his own issues, but Eric
Well,
Murillo, I saw
I
him in
worked
Puff
with them.
Daddy's house.
I worked with him
I
one
worked.
time. Him and his friend there in Tunnel
He
South.
invited me to space. Unfortunately, I couldn't. I was with Taraji P. Henson, Cookie from Empire. I was her security and transport. So I couldn't leave him. You know, like he left Puff Daddy's house at 3 in the morning. He says, "Come with me to space." I go, "I can't." And literally, like 2 months later, there was a big, story on TV that something about a rape charge, and a week later, I don't know,
Yeah, be
his
careful,
mind
boys
gave
and
up.
girls. When you go on a business meeting with a woman, take a friend with you.
You got to start taking picture of the ID
Take a
and leave.
friend with you. Do
Yeah,
not meet women. Do not
that's
meet a
pretty
woman
sad
by
story.
herself on a business meeting. Take a friend with you.
Well,
I
we got
mean,
three
you know,
three fathers here. All of us are fathers, so it's like difficult. We had no beepers, no phones. Well, beepers, whatever.
No, we had phones
But
that were like after 7 you could call the world, but before 7 it's $99 a call.
the Sprint was the best. My first bill was
I used to like I
1,400.
used to watch the clock like 6:57, 6:58, 7 o'clock. Hey, hello, 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 hello. I used to be like that, like. But before
Yeah,
7,
two
forget
phones.
about it.
Had
It's
two
made
phones. One
expensive.
was
They were, bro. It was expensive,
oh,
man. Peter Gation's door, like, we got her a phone on the budget, 1,300 a month.
her
Peter's
phone.
like, Peter's like, what is this? I go, it's your daughter's fucking phone. Tell her to call after 7 o'clock. I said, are you kidding? She's on my
It was in
budget
our
for
budget.
1,300.
Our budget. And,
Yeah,
we had to pay promoters.
$1,300. Like, first
it's
time
What
she was
did
wild.
a
she do? She did the guest list for like
guest
3
list, door girl, guest list. She did it all. Did it all.
Yeah.
And then her biggest moment,
Cameron.
biggest,
Cameron Douglas.
and then what?
Biggest moment.
Then
And
what?
they get
Roll the
busted for
dice. The
drugs.
kid's a DJ. I'm like, oh no. I hope
Michael
she
Douglas
stays
is
away
done.
from me because I know what's going to happen. He's going to be spinning a tunnel. No!
Oh man.
I was hiding. I was hiding in the fucking ice fucking machine everywhere. When I saw John, I was like, no, she's going to get me. It's fucking, he wound up spinning that limelight. Oh, he had the fucking red carpet of spinware. Everywhere he could spin at Peter's clubs. Like, the kid didn't know how to spin yet.
Yeah, but Peter got it,
He bring
Jim
no
got it.
headphones with him. To his friend. I'm like, dude,
What?
man, you got to bring headphones, man.
Yeah, man. We were mentioning some names, people that have departed. I think another honorable mention, totally expected, would be Angel Marias. It's pretty wild that passed away. An icon, not only just the music, but just the sound. and the
Yeah,
speakers that he was
100%.
designing and the sound systems.
Yeah, I agree. You're right.
Stereo. It's pretty
Yeah,
wild
I know.
stuff.
I ran in here into Little Louis Vega
Ah,
in a restaurant. That's another one. Masters
Louis.
at work.
Louis
Yeah,
was my idol. I
yeah.
you know. And as
He's
a matter of
fantastic.
fact, talking about Louis,
I give Michael Alec. He's starting me out. So rest in peace, Michael
yep.
Alec. Even though you're
Yeah,
a
that's
nut job.
interesting. That's like a professor in promoting. Let's put it this way.
Yeah.
But
And since you
you know,
mentioned Louis' name, I I gotta say,
wow,
see that?
the pounds.
Oh wow,
Masters at work. The
you have it
pounds.
written on too.
So
Oh
Written
man.
on. That's like a
we didn't.
first.
Yeah, Louis actually gave this to me.
That's
He
like a
handed it.
first release. That's almost an acetate.
I actually he gave this to me while I was standing alongside him at the Sound Factory bar. So
Wow.
he was already playing that record for a couple of weeks, and every time it would come on, especially the the B side was great, but the bounce.
But how great was that though? You got the record you liked, right? Think
Listen,
about that.
he he was playing. I was in the booth with him. He was playing this record. I was like, Louis, what is this record? And he just reaches down and he smiles at me
And he gives it to you, right?
He hands me. Now I have no idea that this is the record that's we've all been losing our minds over for the last couple of weeks. Like I'm like, oh, I gotta have this record. You know, I mean, if you love music, you're a DJ, you just
Yeah,
wanna
when you
listen
had
to
those
it.
records, that was like nice artillery, you know?
So
Artillery.
Oh yeah.
I held on to it the whole night. You know, it was like,
Yeah, well,
don't get too close to me. You know?
I'm telling you, man.
So-
You might breathe on it.
And then,
I mean,
but the real surprise of that is when I got home. The first thing I did was went straight to 1200.
you blasted it. You blasted it in your ear,
I put the needle on the record, and
and the
as
drum
soon
beat goes like this.
Yeah, exactly. As soon as the first couple of beats started playing, I was like, "No way! This is the record! Oh my god!
Alright.
Oh my god!"
Let me. All right.
To this day, this is one of my favorite Louis records. Like,
I'll admit something. I'll
It's
admit
banging.
something.
You know, this record is so bananas. Don't get me wrong, he's made a lot of great records, but yes, Louis was my idol. That man is a mixologist. He had some incredibly clever mixes. His placement was unbelievable, and he was just a flawless DJ. You know, hearing this guy on the radio, friends that idolized him, having the opportunity to go and hear him DJ Sound Factory Bar. I think it was the Underground Network.
Yes.
They had Willie Ninja at the door.
Willie Ninja.
Yeah, right.
Holy smoke! You just
Willie
knocked it
Film
out.
more time from dance tracks. I mean, that was just really one hell of a party and the sound system was just incredible.
Incredible.
Really
It was
ninja.
downstairs too. You had the funk hut, and the one of the most memorable things at that venue for me was not only just that he was DJing there and he just played incredible sets. You had dancers coming from all around the world.
Yeah, but buddy, they were hot.
They were coming from Japan. They were coming from Berlin. I mean,
I used to go there I used to go there to see the dances. Like, I tell you
yeah.
the truth.
I mean, that was the whole culture in itself. It
That
was
was
like a culture.
that was another gimmick of theirs, which was cool.
I mean, so from the time that the first record went on to the time the last beat stopped, that circle was open, and there was always a talented dancer.
Well, in my head, I can do all the moves. You know what I mean? In my head, I can do it all. You know what I mean? That's about it.
But yeah, I mean, that was just an incredible experience, and I would tell my wife, like, I wish I could take you back to a venue, like, to give you the whole experience.
Oh, okay. So she don't know all our stories, does she?
Nah, she's about 4 years with me. She wasn't really into that scene. I mean, she went to the tunnel. She was big into hip hop, so she's been to the tunnel many times.
Oh, so she had her thing. She had her thing. That's all.
Yeah.
Different from us, but she had her thing though.
But over the years, her being around me, I exposed her to this music, and I said, if I can just give you one night that you would definitely appreciate, and I wouldn't want to scare the shit out of her, take her to the Limelight on a Wednesday.
Hey man, that was my night.
I started out. I've been to Wednesday and Limelight one time.
Thanks a lot, Rob.
Rob, I was there one time.
Where Satan
I was there. That's me. That's what made me, man. Listen, okay? That's what made me, okay, guys? Man.
Yeah. Listen, nothing bad. We're just saying from our era.
Hey, listen, I had a blast in the Wednesday nights. Once again,
you had a blast when you see the hot body contest.
Oh yeah. I
don't know how.
I see a lot of different kinds going on the Wednesday night.
I don't know how they got these people to take their clothes off. Like these people would take, like stooge people would take their clothes off eventually. I don't know how they did it, but they got them to take their clothes off.
Was there a money prize?
It was a crazy thing, man.
It was a money prize?
Yeah, it was like $50, $100. I'll never forget, right? My friend Jerry was a skinny, 130-pound kid soaking wet. There was this big woman, and I almost lost it. He was up on his leg, like in her arms, hugging her with his feet up in the air, and she was running around dancing with him, and they were both naked, bro. It was such a sight. It was a sight, man. I was like... And after that, we called him Psycho Jerry.
Wow.
Psycho Jerry. And he loved it. He loved it.
Oh, man.
Mike, it's Psycho Jerry. I'm coming out tonight. All right.
That was the thing about going out to these parties. You just never know. Never knew what you were going to see.
No.
You made the wrong turn. You walked down the wrong staircase.
Oh, yeah, I told you about my staircase thing, bro. I'll be back. All right. You'll be back.
Yeah.
Fuck
The
that.
staircase is the move right there. Boom. Disappear in the tunnel. You could disappear in the tunnel. We had no...
Oh, yeah. That was fun, though. Yeah, you could get lost for a while in there.
It's funny. You get together through the tunnel, and then, like, you can't even find, like...
I'll tell you the truth. It took me, like, a good 8 months to really like the tunnel. I hated it. I hated it when I got there. I hated it.
Yeah, they're like rooms within rooms. The Limelight was kind of like that too.
The Limelight was me. You gotta understand. Limelight, I had my Saturday nights. Tony D was my MC. His brother was DJing for me. Gonzo. Corbett was opening up. So I had all these people there. They were all on my budget, and they helped me make that Saturday night really good. For a commercial night, which Saturdays was looked at in 94, 95, like commercial, we made it like a cool, hip night. And Gonzo at the time was like untouchable. You know what I mean? Like he was so good, Gonzo, that he made Tony D want to be a DJ. That's
Yeah.
how good Gonzo was. Okay,
Yeah.
and we
Well,
had the
Robert worked
coolest night.
with Tony D, no?
What's
And
that?
Rob, didn't you work with him? Didn't you work with Tony D before? You worked with him.
Yes, Gonzo's brother, Tony DeAngelis. We partnered up for a couple of years and made a lot of bangers.
Yeah,
and
because
the
I went on the tunnel page and I was just going through them and I was listening to so much music. We are, Michael, got to create like a 1 hour mixtape every week or somebody. Like, I want to hear that 97 Rob
but
Jordan.
like I said, like Gonzo at that time, you know, was phenomenal, and you know, we really made a Saturday night special, man, and you know, my heart was in Limelight, and when it closed down, I thought I could never be anywhere else again, and it's like I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do, like, you know, and when I Tunnel's my only option, I hated it. I hated them. I hated it, and it grew on me to a point where I can't even see myself at Limelight anymore. That's how much I love the Tunnel now.
By the way, you know Michael paid for Limelight when it got open. Michael was paying for Limelight. Limelight was supposed to be Mike's
I was
club.
giving them the money to open up every week.
That's
And
crazy.
Yeah, I was giving Peter the money to open up.
And Michael ran the clubs for Peter when Peter was in jail.
Yeah,
And,
that's when I was in his office. I took over his office.
he had his office and everything.
Yeah, you know, like nobody wanted to go back to Peter once everybody went to Expo, and I couldn't go to Expo because I would have never survived. It was too
Why?
Guido and too commercial for me, and I couldn't be myself, and I felt like I was going to be exposed and get like sort of like picked on, like being in the bully school. You know what I mean? Like in Limelight and Tunnel, I could be myself and be cooler than everybody, but at that expo, it was so Guido and so their teeth were out, and they had to prove they were cooler than you, or they had to get the girl and embarrass you. That's the MO of that whole experience at that expo club, to outdo the next guy. And who gives a fuck about the music? They never cared, you know. And I cared about the music, and that's my whole thing was about the music has to be good. And if the music is not good, then I'm playing myself, and I'm not really who I am. And yeah, I went through battles and battles for Gonzo over the years that everybody just wanted to get rid of him because they were jealous of his talent. It wasn't even that.
That's
it
usually
was
how
so-
it goes down.
and it killed me because me and him together were like unstoppable at one point as a club promoter and a DJ. Nobody can come up against us. Nobody. And every month I'd be fighting for his job, you know, because the jealousy was so deep. And then, like, when they all went to Expo, it, you know, oh, you see, that's what happens with the rave scene. Look what Michael Alec did, you know, like the commercial house. Corbett made the cut because he was a commercial house DJ, so he made the cut. He was okay, you know what I mean? But not Gonzo anymore, you know what I mean? So it shifted the way people felt about things when that
Right.
whole went down, when the Limelight closed. It was like, and I was frightened to go to Expo, like, because I knew I would have never made it. And luckily, I did the Roxy for a little bit, and Peter fucked me over, and then I proved the point where I packed the Roxy, and then I said, you know, when I went back to Tunnel, I hated it, but like I say now, in hindsight, I could never see myself at any other club but Tunnel now. Limelight was just like, to me, a stepping stone.
You got a great offer to
Because I became who I was in Tunnel at the end.
Listen, we have a couple of minutes left. I want to talk to you guys, and I want to hear from both of you what is coming, what's in future. I know Rob got wow. I just could. There's so many tracks that I heard new that I couldn't. I have to rewind and listen to it part by part.
With me,
Love it.
I just,
So I want to hear what's coming out for Dingo and the Baby, and definitely your releases, Rob, from
with me,
September, the ones that come
it's
out in
very
September.
short and simple. I turned the corner like a year and a half ago. Finally, like I was very frustrated. I've been doing it for 15 years on and off, getting disgusted, being happy, thinking I was getting somewhere, getting nowhere, listening to 8 ball loops for a half hour, going to bed, getting up like I told you, and I hated the next day track. And I don't know, something happened where I turned the corner. I started understanding, the program. And, like, you know, like the tracks that you hear I made a while ago. And,
Yeah,
now that I'm getting a little more experience and better at what I'm doing, I'm making better stuff now. And, each session I learn something new. I come up with something better. And, I'm getting better and better as it goes along. And, I just hope to continue to just, get better at what I'm doing. And that's it. I enjoy
Rob,
it.
Well, for
what do you
me,
got?
I kind of put myself on a pause during the whole COVID ordeal, so I wasn't really very motivated to release tracks. So I really didn't put anything out for almost a year. And then, I released on the Transmit Miami VA that recently came out. Um, the name of that track is called
Right.
Connection, which is actually my number one track on Beatport. And I signed a EP with Boris and his label Transmit. That's coming out December 13th, and that's called the Transcendence EP. It actually features 2 tracks, and I'm very much looking forward to that one. There's 2 really banging up around tracks on there. One of them I really, represents where my heart is, as far as the sound is, for me anyway, at this time. And I have so many tracks lined up, and I just really started shopping stuff around. I mean, I said Boris is the first person since the start of the pandemic that I sent any music to actually shop around with a label. But I also recently did some stuff with this label Crash, which is Richard Clever, and I'm due for a follow up with him, so we'll definitely be working something out with that. And one of my great friends I know since I'm 5 years old. You guys both know him, DJ Scissorhands. He's
Homework.
working. Yeah, exactly. He's working with ER. They're working on homeworks. So I've been asked to assist them with some material, which we're going to work out, but definitely look out for some stuff coming through homeworks as well. That would be presenting like the techie stuff that I like to do. Um, and I started to really, as you heard, Tony, I started really digging into that more aggressive techno.
Yeah, I heard that track.
And, I'm going to kind of talk myself there for a little bit too. Because, it's like eating the same flavor of ice cream, every day. You get tired of it
Exactly.
every after a while. And so you kind of want to
Exactly.
switch lanes a little bit. So I'll be doing a little bit of that going forward in the future. But that's what I got on my plate. It'd be
What
nice
do
to
you
see
think
the.
about?
Yeah.
What
What
do
were you
you
gonna
think
say?
about? No, I had an idea because I keep telling you I'm working with all these hip hop stars like Future, Machine Gun Kelly, Lunch Money Lewis.
like big stars. I'm talking about, they like my guy Lunch Money Lewis. He's a writer. He wrote a lot for Lil Wayne, Yo Gotti, Nicki Minaj. He sold 60 million records like last year, uh, collectively. Like who he wrote for. So I had an idea. I was like, listen, guys, for you guys to get more promotion, you should deal with the dance DJs and just let them do a couple of remixes for you. And you guys, put it out there because they have distribution and stuff. So whenever they present their tracks, they could give the house DJ or a dance DJ track as a here. This is for more advertisement, more for the clubs. So I was thinking to make a club like that of collectively, like I have a friend, his name is Joey Bang from Lanier, sending all my love to you, like freestyle record,
Yep.
sending all my love. That's my boy. So he gave me the strings and all everything to do a remix for one of his albums. But what happened is COVID just started. Everybody
Oh
panicked.
yeah, I remember that. I
I
remember
had
that. That's when I was afraid to fucking touch a doorknob.
nobody wanted to do a track. I was bugging out. I was like, I got a track that is signed, guaranteed to make money, royalties, everything. Just somebody needs to make a dance record.
It's so funny though. I don't know, man. People's opinions. Listen, man. I've been in this game for a long time, and that's one thing that I'm confident about. That's gonna really help me through this. Is that my ear for music and the people I was around, the DJs I hired, the music I've heard. Like I know what's gonna move a dance floor, and
Yeah.
some people like with their opinions. Like I gave that vocal to somebody. I'm not gonna mention the name, and he made me like have a sour taste in my mouth about it. Like, and it's like it's because why you didn't get it or something. Like because you got it and you didn't get it. So you know what I
So,
mean? Yeah, Bish.
yeah.
Well,
Uh,
Right.
this has been a fun session, and we're
Yeah.
gonna do this again.
we should
Let's
we should
do it.
really we
Yeah.
should
We're
do
gonna
this,
do
bro. We should build this
the
up, man.
mixtape. We're gonna do it like even if three of us will jump on, or you know what I'm saying. Right now, unfortunately, I had another site. It's called True Blog, True Radio. So it controls the music. It controls the callers, and
Oh,
I
you can
have the
play it through
whole.
that.
Yeah, that's where I loaded the tracks, and then I have a whole studio. I could see who's
Oh, that's
calling,
fat. Oh, that's
and
cool.
we used to we take callers. So we
Oh, so
added.
it gives you like a virtual play thing that you can just store the tracks in.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
yeah.
fat.
I could.
Oh, that's cool.
I
I like
had
that.
Rob Jr. Every track, everything is set up in my. I'll still, when the guy turns it on for me,
Yeah, we
I
gotta
will
get
be
together
able to
real soon,
do
Rob.
it.
Really.
I just really want to spend some time playing music. You know what I'm saying?
I
Talk
don't think
about
you
it.
did you hear me?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Oh, you heard me,
yeah,
right? Rob, you heard me
yeah,
when I talk?
No,
yeah.
I
No,
missed what you
you, Tony. I said we gotta
Yeah.
get together real soon.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely.
Oh, there's some, listen, man. Darth Vader's here for you. You know that, right?
Aha.
Put him on screen. See him.
Well, you ought to see him, my boy. He's big. He's four. I gotta charge him rent. I think that's how big he is. 4 feet tall, bro. 4 feet.
What's a 450? What are you talking
Wow.
about? Dark Vader?
You didn't see it?
The
Oh,
force
you
is
said you
strong.
bought the doll.
Why, hold on. This is
You said you bought
hilarious.
the doll.
I didn't buy no dolls. What do you think? I'm like a child here. Hold on.
We're almost done. You got 50 seconds, Mike.
All I did was want to see you.
Hurry up.
You were sleeping? I'm sorry. Guy's sleeping, like. He's pissed off. Wait a minute. Oh, the guy's 4 feet tall. Oh shit, your destiny lies with him. He's saying, Rob. Wait
You
a minute.
should
Hold
have
on. Hold on a second. Wait. He really likes doing this. Hold on.
Yeah, 10 seconds, Mike.
Hurry up.
You know.
4
But he always
seconds.
puts me
Watch.
down, like, you know?
Oh.
Like, Mike, your tracks, you know, they suck. But, you know, what do you think?
That's
Oh, he
awesome.
likes it.
Oh, we are. We
Thanks.
still live. So it's good. We
But
can
this
stay
is
live.
crazy, this thing.
That's funny.
Alrighty, boys. Well, I'm gonna check
All
out.
right. Yeah. Thanks.
Before you
Thanks,
go,
Rob, for coming out.
I
Me and
bought
Mike
that
will
Uno
still.
synth.
And yeah, we'll
You know the Uno synth by IK Multimedia?
we'll touch base later on.
Hold on, I'll show you something before you
Sure.
bounce out.
I mean, you want Mike? We'll stay still
This
online.
this piece for the Logic, this ProSonus piece, I don't know if you see it. No. Wait.
Yes.
Come on, motherfucker. That, I love that. That shit controls everything in Logic. Plus, it's a sound card, too. But basically everything's a sound card these days.
Yep.
All right, buddies.
You can stay with me, Mike. Let Robert go.
All right,
Let's
boys.
continue.
All
You
right.
take care.
Let me know when we're gonna do the next one.
I'll give you the call and I'll post everything out.
I'll call you
And
Monday,
I'll let you
Rob.
know when everything
Yeah.
is done. Yeah. I'll let you
Alright.
know what platforms and everything. I
All
got
right.
you.
We'll be
You
in
have
touch.
a good night.
Wait,
You
oh,
too.
here it is. Hey.
So yeah, it was a good show considering the fact
What?
that I did, we wanted to play music, but we end up talking more than playing
Hold
music.
on. What'd you say?
We're playing music with our conversations, but we enjoyed just between three of us. I don't even know if we had callers and the music with that, we wouldn't be able to
We
talk.
should we should do me and Rob should do this all the time
We should, we
and
should,
just
we
build it up
should.
and let's see if it grows. Fuck it.
I want to set it up where we play the music for an hour.
Yeah, but I
Let's
like to
say,
set it up also where we give out things for free, and hopefully
no,
it.
that's working though. That's it. You know what I'm saying? We're working on it. I'm getting sponsors. Not only I want to give out shit for free. Hold on, hold on one second. So yeah, I want to give out stuff that has signatures of people and stuff like that. Hold on one second. Hi.
There's a cockroach and I'm really scared. And my mom's not home.
Okay, what do you want me to do? You want me to fly out, kill him for you?
I don't know, but there's one in the other room too. I saw it on the ceiling and I don't know where to sleep.
Get a broom. Don't be scared.
I literally saw one go into like one of my drawers.
Why a
That's
bug?
terrible.
Another room.
Oh, a big cockroach.
Oh boy, I'm afraid too. Fuck that. Sorry. I run.
You don't have a roach spray in the house? No?
I would
You don't want
run.
to. You don't want to
Uh,
kill them?
Why would you want? You won't even
I
touch
do,
it.
but I'm scared. I can't.
I don't blame
Take
you.
take the
Uh,
broom. Just
No, man.
you know.
Nah. Run
I'm
away.
scared to get up off my bed. I don't know what's
Where's your mom?
I don't know. Her phone's dead.
Well, this is terrible. Like, I'm not there. I'm thinking, what can I do for you? Do they Grubhub roach killers? Uh,
Tony, you better. Oh my God, I feel bad for you, Tony.
Here.
Oh
don't be
my
scared.
God.
I'll call you in a couple of minutes. Hide yourself in the bathroom.
No, I'm getting up.
Alright. I'll give you a call in a couple of minutes.
Tony,
Alright.
Tony. What are you gonna do? She's beautiful. What are you gonna do?
You saw that, right? That's why I
What,
put her
what,
on.
what are you gonna do, bro? You're in trouble, buddy.
I am in so much trouble
Thank
because,
God she's moving out there with you. That's good though.
yeah, yeah.
That's the caveat of the whole thing.
It's like I feel that
Now you can
I'm
protect.
I'm complete. I talk to her, but if I don't see her, I am not be able to see her emotions and understand her
Right.
because me and her are open about everything,
That's how me and my
and
kid are.
you know. But
She's
your
not like
kid,
that with her mother.
don't forget, your kid is not in
She's
Brooklyn.
she's not like that with her mother, my daughter. She only talks
Your,
to me the
your
way she
kid's
talks.
not in Brooklyn. My kid travels, takes the train, go to Manhattan, go,
That's
you know, Jones Beach, this and that, and that worries me. Like whatever I don't know won't hurt me, but I understand in what position she could be at.
I know,
You know
but
what I'm saying?
uh, all I gotta say
Girls are
is,
girls. If I had a boy, it would be different. You would be start carrying a pistol in Florida for me over here.
but she's beautiful, man, and you're gonna have a lot of
And
problems, man, because you are like me, and you don't trust nobody. Fuck these guys. You're gonna be like, fuck this kid.
yeah, but
I'm telling you,
I'm gonna
it's gonna be
start catching charges.
it's gonna be a
You
rough
the
business.
kids these days,
So
they
wait,
start.
I saw what you did. You did the stupid talk. You don't you work with? What happened with him and Tony D?
Don't know.
Something had to happen because they're not working together anymore.
I know, but Rob is a very solid dude. He's
Yeah, he
very
won't
nice
say,
to
he
people.
won't say nothing. I know he won't.
He won't say nothing. So it took a while until Tony, was not
Carrying his
basically
weight.
carrying
What
his weight. Exactly. Like,
he really wasn't. Like
that's somebody has to press a button.
Rob had to see that. Like, and he was like, this kid's just
Rob is a hard-working man. Couple of kids.
Tony D does blow every weekend. He's partying.
He told me whenever after the tunnel reunion that we had, I think that the one that didn't do too well, the last one,
he
and
jumped on Rob. He jumped on him.
he jumped on Rob.
Right.
Then, first of all, I don't know how he squeezed you because you were squeezing me to give him some time to play. I was trying to deal with our money because was giving away the door. Chris Mass upstairs.
Yeah, but then
When he left,
you got then towards the middle of the night you got Kate out, so you were done.
I took him to the place and I opened up a drawer and I said, "See how much money's in here?"
Yeah, but the thing is, forget about that.
But you know,
How did Tony fucking stick his claws into Rob? That's like 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 he got Rob like good enough to where Tony was like, I don't know, man, making believe he was like doing this shit, bro. Because you had to see when I first saw, he never mentioned Rob Jr. at all. He was like, I got these tracks, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and then he would call me up and ask me how to open up a track in Logic, and I'd be like, wait a minute.
don't you got tracks out?
I was like, how is this kid doing? Like, how is he telling me he has tracks out when he's calling me up, asking me how to do the most basic things on a sequencer? Like, it didn't make sense to me. And then I guess Tony stopped calling me because I said something. I go, Tony, how many tracks you got out? He's like, 100 tracks, different labels. I go, why are you asking me the simplest thing? You don't know how to do this? And then
100 times different labels.
I guess I insulted him or whatever, and he stopped calling me because he would call me every week and ask me this, ask me that, and I'm hearing him like, you're telling me about all these tracks and all these labels. How are you putting out music? Like, I just didn't understand it. Like, it didn't make sense to me. Like, okay, buddy, like, what are you doing? Like, is there a secret? Let me know how you're doing this without knowing how to sequel. Like, if there's a magic trick where you can just get your finger and do it, let me know. Because Jesus, I would like 100 tracks out too, and not using the secret. Right? I would love it. Like, please. And then it just became like an insult to my intelligence when he would just tell Mundy and this, like, dude, man, like, I'm busting my ass and learning this stuff, frustrating myself, and you're playing the game, like, get out of here, bro, get out of here, like you're not a producer, man.
Yeah, but even just to play the game, it's like,
Yeah, but
you know,
what game are you
say
playing?
something, say something that's real. Like, listen,
Like, what game are you playing, man? It's like
I got robbed.
you had Rob Jr. doing all the work, and you're promoting him and getting him around people maybe he's not, able to get around, and you're introducing him to your crowd. It's only a matter of time before Rob Jr. is like, wait a minute here. I'd rather go back to being solo, because it's like, I can't give my work to somebody who's really not helping me produce. And I bet you Rob gave him all those bogey tracks that they worked on.
Of course.
And that's why he's doing all new things.
Is he? What's his name? Don't know.
Because you're more closer with Rob than anybody, and I would think that you would know, like, what the fuck, like, what are you doing with this guy, like?
I'm very interested what happened. Like, because, like I said, I thought Tony is a DJ, and they just
Listen, I said it on the podcast. Gonzo was real. That Tony wanted to start, like he saw Gonzo at his like when he was rolling, and all of a sudden Tony wanted to start DJing, and he would ask me, and I would give him a little spot here and there at Limelight back in the day, but I looked at him as an MC, and all he did was play hit records. That's it. The hottest records, he would play it. That's it. Like, he didn't focus on his skills or anything. Whatever was hot, he would play. And that's easy. You know what I mean?
Of course.
But it's just like, when he wanted to become a DJ, I laughed in a sense of my heart. Like, what do you want to be like, Gonzo? I didn't tell him that because I don't want to hurt his feelings, but, like, what do you want to be like, Gonzo? Like, there's only one Gonzo, like Tony, like, you can't, be like Gonzo. But, I guess Tony got into DJing, and then he spun for me at Tunnel for a while because I was desperate and I had no DJs and nobody wanted to work for free, and Tony D did. So, you know what I mean? But, I gassed him up. Like, yeah, Tony, you're good, But, he's spinning for me for free, of course. Yeah. But it's just funny to me, like, a kid as talented as Rob, like, didn't see, like really see what he was getting himself into. Because, like I said, if he got into something with Tony D, and Tony D was piping and doing stuff and making shit happen with the music, that's a different story. But I can't say that because he would call me up and ask me the most basic things, and I just didn't get it. You know, like how do you how do you not know that? You
I
know,
don't know, dude, the beginning of the track.
and then like
That's crazy.
I made him a Hackintosh too. You know, and he wasn't doing nothing with it. And I just didn't understand it. Like I just I thought maybe, you know, like I said, if he had a secret, I was like dying to know. Like, you don't know, you don't need to know how to use the sequencer. You don't need to know the load to plug it in, but you can make 100 tracks and get them on 100 different labels. Wouldn't you want that?
Ask Rob how the relationship came along.
It
Just
came.
as an
I
intro.
saw it. I saw it, and I saw Tony D saliving at the mouth when the second party we did, and Rob Jr. was there. Tony gravitated towards him and started going back and forth with him and setting him up like yeah, let's do it together. Let's do it together. Let's do it together. And that's what he started doing there at the party. He wasn't even supposed to DJ,
Yeah.
but
He came in.
he started going
Came in.
back.
He wanted to walk out unless I put give Tony time.
He started
That's
doing
how he had you. And Tony
started that.
goes to me, oh, if you could. And you're like all upset that you want to put him in. I'm like, Mike,
Because he
the
made me
party's
feel
not even
bad.
started. I go, I feel bad that, money's not here. Like, I was on totally different head. I would put 100 DJs. But person like Ducky, he helped out a lot. He needed to be. He deserved it. Steven, I don't remember
But
if Steven
I
played.
saw him
Steven
stick
played.
his claws into Rob Jr., man.
I told Benny not to play.
Yeah, I know that.
Because he goes, yo, I walked into the DJ booth. He goes, I don't know what the hell was going on. We had, what's his name play, bro?
Don't even say it. Please.
You
Don't
know who I'm
mention
talking about.
don't
With the
mention
hat.
don't mention the name.
Because we're still live on the stream. We're still live, you know that.
That's right.
But I'm not going to mention the name, but we, like I say, I got heart, you got heart. You know, eventually somebody's being really persistent, like that. Catch
Well,
you
but
in the weekend.
No, Tony helped me a lot with that during the party because he was taking me everywhere. Well, like the place, like it was like I don't know, man. It just didn't catch on. It didn't catch on that party for some reason.
I don't know. I thought it was going to be bigger, but I guess the the layout of the place plus there was not enough people that join us on it as far as gave it their 100%. And second of all, Chris Mass keeps giving away, like, forget about it.
There's more cops. There's no money.
Our money, I told Christina, she was doing the what do you call it, the cashier. She said something, mentioned about the money with, what's his name, with Chris Mass. I bought Chris, I opened the drawer, and he said, whatever's here, or even comes in, it is yours.
That's right.
And when me and you were left with Tony D, those bunch of girls,
Right, Tony
me
D
and
left
you
one.
were left.
Yeah, that's right.
You
But
know, the Lord took,
I guess Tony got with Rob after the night.
uh-huh, yeah. He was with Rob, as soon as they got that, I said to him, go ahead, everybody run in there with the,
And that's when
Ducky brought mad equipment with him, like extra equipment.
house dealers first started, right?
That's what I was saying, we let Joey play,
Yeah, I know.
you know?
But it's just weird. I just thought the place was gonna like do decent at least. I knew it wasn't gonna be like Sankey's. I knew that, but I didn't think it was gonna be that weak.
As soon as I walked into the room, I just felt
Oh,
like
let's
that
face
room
it.
was.
I never liked the room, bro. We had no choice.
Uh,
What do you want me to do? It was in a basement.
it was crazy because everybody wanted it.
It
That's what
sucked.
made
The
us
room
do it.
sucked. The room
That's what
sucked.
made us do it. Like, oh, you got to do another reunion. You got to do another reunion.
Yeah, but we
The
were
the
po- we were,
census
we
was
were po-
ridiculous.
we were postponing it for so long. Remember? We were supposed to do it in
Yeah,
the summer, and we didn't come fall.
yeah, it was cold. I remember.
Yeah. So we missed our opportunity. We missed the boat.
Yeah,
Like
100%.
we missed the summer, like the biggest time to do it,
Oh yeah,
and we just did it because everybody, like you said, was annoying us to do it.
yeah.
And
They
we,
were like, we're gonna do it.
and it's
Nobody
like,
wanted to. Oh,
but
it was winter.
nobody promoted.
Exactly.
Tony D helped me. That's why I wanted him to DJ because I felt bad because everybody didn't do nothing. Remember the passes were still there. I'm like, what's going on, man?
Yeah, the passion was still there.
Like everybody wanted to party, but nobody wanted to promote.
Oh, no, nobody wanted to promote.
And we even got Steve the passes early because he was complaining about we never gave him the passes, and he never picked them up.
Don't forget, he was the only guy who got like 20 tickets ahead that wasn't never accounted for on top of his pay.
Wait, what
On
happened with
top of
him?
the, you remember we gave him 20 tickets ahead because
Oh,
he
that's
said that he's gonna go. His
oh,
people
that's
from
right.
Memphis.
That's right. That's right. That's right. So you made money,
People from work is not was gonna come. So he
right?
made money and never gave us the money. He got the drink tickets. He got
That's right.
the $1,000.
No, we didn't give him
All
a
he got,
thousand. We didn't give him 1,000. We didn't give him 1,000.
we give him 1,000. Paulie's dancers cost us 500. We give him $1,000, Michael, because I told you.
I remember talking to him
I'll
saying,
tell you what happened. There were so many people in that me and you couldn't have just say turn around and see Steven could say. Steven could say, "Oh, see those people? They came with me or from me," but not necessarily, and could just took credit for all the care for the people. You know what I'm saying? So we couldn't account them for. If it was the second reunion, we could see like, oh, you didn't bring no people. But
you're talking about the first reunion. We gave him a
uh
thousand,
huh,
right?
right.
The second reunion, we gave him basically nothing.
We gave nothing to nobody.
That's
Nobody
right.
got paid.
That's right. No, the first reunion, yeah, he got $1,000 plus the money he took the tickets, and he kept that money. Like that was rude.
Drink tickets, a shot in a movie.
So so
Uh,
20 tickets at $20 is pretty. It's $400,
yeah,
and he kept it.
yeah. Not said anything, nothing. You know,
I don't know why we didn't say
and that sucks.
I don't know why we didn't say here's $600. See, where's the ticket money? We were so happy we didn't even give a fuck at that point.
But we
But
said something. I remember we said something,
what did we say?
and we said something about the tickets, and we
It couldn't
said,
have got us that bad because we were thinking we were going to be directors.
Yeah, first of all, we were happy about that. Second of all, we said something about it, and he made a remark like, "Look how many people are here! Like, like you
Okay.
guys are making too much money, you know? Um,
Wow.
I'm your number three, like me, you, and him.
Right,
We're
right.
number one, two, three. We should be
Right.
the one that carry. There's no Pancho, so
Oh, right.
there's
Wow.
three musketeers.
Oh, God, this guy.
And it's just you guys make enough, like, you know, basically.
Like, who are you to tell us that? Like,
Yeah, you know,
uh,
it's like it's we
this
gotta
is
be.
this is the podcast after dark, folks. The
Oh
dirty
yeah,
talk, the dirty talk, the shit comes out.
when you got the ice cream and it's over after 12 o'clock.
You all the dirt comes out.
Uh-huh,
People
all
that
of that.
people fucking who they really are that we can't really say anything about during the live
Yeah.
of the commercial episode. This is the underground cut of the dirt. We were too
We're
nice to
actually,
people, bro. We were too good, too good to people, bro.
yeah, we're actually going to. We need to play some music and talk. That would
Yeah,
be a
but
great.
I didn't know that you had access to having like a virtual DJ setup in a sense, and just throwing MP3s in there and just playing them, and they sound good. I didn't know
You
that.
could check out yourself. You will love the program. It's free. It's called. You just
It
what do you call
attaches.
it?
It attaches to the podcast.
Yeah, it attaches to the podcast. It attaches to the StreamYard. So it's all together. When you fill everything out,
Why can't we do it every week and we just talk about all this shit?
we could do it. We just gotta pay a different night.
A different night.
Yeah, because what happens is this kid
Oh,
Radar.
we can't go up against it. Yeah, it's stupid.
So he has it on Saturday.
Right, right, right.
We could do Fridays or Wednesdays or I mean, this is
I,
good time.
I'd like to do Friday. Fridays is cool. But
You know,
I would like to get Rob Jr. on board as the third partner.
yeah.
Call it two promoters and a DJ.
Uh, two plus two plus one is three. That's what I would name it. Two plus one is three. Hosted by Sammy Guarano.
But yeah, man, I tell you, man, we may be able to catch some heat if we promote it and blah 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 and just keep pushing it. And
I told you I got Kelly talking to me. Hasn't been talking to me for a while.
wait, but how can we get our own number where people could call in on us?
True Blog Radio.
Oh, okay.
You read it, and then I told you I couldn't understand. This guy is driving me nuts. At the last 10 minutes, I'm begging him. I go, Radar, help me out, please, because from his side, he's dialing a number, and the machine works, and the pin code works, and he's asking me to do it, like he's trying to teach me. And dude, we're like 10 minutes before the show. I go, I got everything prepared on the other side. Please just turn me on. Like, you put in the pin code instead of me. And he was trying to do it, trying something to do it. And the shit logged off. And I asked him again. I go, please, can you do it? But he told me before he had a girl coming, this and that, which is not an excuse. We're in business. We're all in business together. That's why I keep pressuring you that if we don't have him, I have you and me that know the technology. You know, but let's say we don't have him, like we know 95% of what's going on. But me and you need to know it. That's all.
But we just need to know the other part of it with the calling. That's it.
Yeah.
That's
So
a little.
what's
That's
what? So how do we go about doing that? Do we go to another website and sign up to do this, or what?
you go to blogtalkradio.com
Right?
and register.
Oh, I'll do that tomorrow.
Yeah, because he gave me his passwords. You know, since you started brand new, it's not gonna have none of his content, but it's going to have our drops, our intros, our music. You'll be able to control. You could be a D. You're like a DJ basically with
Blogradio.com.
blog talk, blog true radio.
Blog True. Okay.
Yeah,
Let me see this
very
thing.
popular program.
Hold on. Ugh.
He has a
Blog.
pink section.
Blog True Radio.
I'm sorry, it's blog talk true radio.
Blog Talk.
Yeah.
Blog Talk Radio. Okay, here we go. Sign up.
He has a part where
We
it's
could
just
do. Wait,
free.
here we go. $39 a month for
Yeah.
free month with new users. I'm just looking at the things. That's all. Wow, $100 a year. That 1,000 a year. Premium silver. Free month. What do you get? Up to 10 callers per session. Up to 1 hours per day. Content hours 100. Audio clip storage 2,000. Oh, you get a lot for $39.
Yeah, because the way I know is that either it's for free for him or he took the lowest package. I gotta find out.
No, he had to take the lowest package, bro. Trust me. It's $40 a month.
That's not
For
bad.
$40 a month, you get 10 callers per session, up to 1 hour per day, 100
Okay.
content hours, 2,000 audio clip storages, join live chats, yes. Follow your favorite shows, yes, even for the free. Um,
That's
RSS
good.
feed ownership, yeah. Studio dial out, yes, we got. Prime time scheduling, yes, with the $39. Direct connect with the $39. Yeah. So you get a decent you know. The $39 is the best seller, obviously.
Yeah.
It's expensive though, $40 a month, man. It's not cheap. You gotta be committed.
Now you gotta be committed. Now you're not making 2 hours on Saturday. You're making 1 hour a day or 3.5 hours computing. We just did it easy,
You're doing the
two
echo on
hours
me now.
without
You're
without
doing
playing music, without playing anything. You understand?
you're
If
doing
we
the
pump it up, let's say,
you're echoing, buddy. What's that? What's with the echo? Fix your microphone.
yeah,
Your microphone's getting all fucking art, business, food, lifestyle, politics, religion, science, spirituality. What would we pick this as? Politics, hobbies. They don't have clubbing and nothing. Entertainment, pop culture, radio culture. Why are you echoing like that, my friend?
taking it over.
You're echoing, my buddy boy.
I'm still echoing. Still echoing.
You're still echoing. Still echoing. I am.
Automatic adjust.
Yeah, baby. I already signed up, so we're signed in, man. Yeah. Ah, that echoing is terrible, bro. You gotta fix that. Just turn down your mic. Something's happening. Like now, I'm echoing. Echo. All right. So thanks for creating your account. Please check your inbox. Hey, I got it. Blog Talk Radio. Verify your email. Yippee! Welcome aboard the local thing. Are you looking to start your broadcast journey? Oh my go live. Oh, you can set up your show and shit. Here you go. Let's see.
Yeah, but
Oh,
it
yeah,
gives
yeah.
you
Oh, fucking page died. That's fucked up.
a page done.
The page I just was on and it crashed.
That sucks.
Yeah, right.
Why
Log
you
in.
get and call you on the phone?
All right.
I'll end the block.